Hey, everybody. It is time for the Week 11 matchup of Packers versus Chargers. Hello to everybody out there. Super quick before the game starts, the telecast just said that it's a picture-perfect day in Green Bay today. So that's your weather. But the inactives, if you haven't seen them yet, it's not great. New cornerback, Kublu Kelly, he's still inactive. That's pretty expected. He's brand new. Then you got Brenton Cox, Caleb Jones, Samari Toure, the usual allotment of inactive players thus far, but then also Rudy, still inactive. The surprise, though, Jair Alexander is inactive today. Matt Schneiderman of The Athletic reported that the Packers were fully expecting him to play, and then they started doing pregame stuff, and he was ruled inactive, which does leave the Packers perilously thin at the cornerback position. Only 4 corners active today since they didn't actually elevate any since they assumed Jair was going to play. So against the Chargers, that's not great, but here we are. We'll have to see how it goes. As for the Chargers, they've got a couple notable on absences on the offensive side of the ball. Tight end Gerald Everett, he's unable to go. Wide receiver Jalen Guyton, he popped up with an injury late in the week. I believe it was a groin injury. He is inactive for the game, and that is a loss for the Chargers. He's kind of their field stretching wide receiver. He's their speed guy. So that could be a detriment to the pass attack of the Chargers. And then also just notable, because it's a name a lot of people know, but Isaiah Spiller, the depth running back for the Chargers, he is out today as well, in amongst a few others. So that's what we're looking at today. I see my camera's freaking out. It's just me. I'm here. Okay. Well, I don't know what's going on. Hello to Gary. I see you're here. Go Pack, go. Lake Hebel's win streak starts now. That'd be nice. Yeah, it would be. And with Thursday coming up against the Lions, then the Chiefs right after that, it would be really nice. I'll leave it at that. Scott, hi. Hello. How you doing? And Chris, what's up, Lombardi Time Brews Nation? Hello to you, Chris. So thanks for joining me here as the Packers are just about to get underway. I just was watching the Fox telecast before this and saw the whole Jimmy Johnson going to get inducted into the Dallas thing, and they were really talking about that for a while. And then Mark Sanchez related the Packers to having played a college season's worth of games now, so there's really no excuse. They have to start getting better. And Fox. So let's see what we got today. There is Eric Kendricks on the telecast, the Chargers' new inside linebacker, the long-term Viking who was signed over to the Chargers side of things. So let's see what we got. Miserable Go to see you're here, wondering what kind of foolishness we'll practice today. Home field isn't as scary as it used to be. That is factually correct, but they did just show on the telecast that California teams suck in Green Bay in November, including the Chargers and Rangers are combined 0-9. So here's your opening kickoff. Keyshawn Nixon brings it out and does get some additional yards on the return, but winds up fumbling, but we got flags everywhere. Let's just see what in the world is going on already. Nothing like starting a game with chaos 4 seconds into it. Ay. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh! Woo! What a start for Dallin Levitt. So on the opening kickoff, Levitt winds up. Wait, oh no, it's on the chart. I don't think it's on the Chargers. I think they just did the graphic wrong. So it appears by all accounts that Dallin Levitt held somebody on the kickoff and then did something unsportsman to the referee. So wow, what a start for Dallin Levitt. And unfortunately, what a start for the offense as they're now half the distance to the goal. Luckily, though, the fumble against Keyshawn, that doesn't stand. That wasn't real. So Jordan Love and company about to take over. David, hello to you. Yo, we can hear. Oh, Chris. Oh, man. Let me turn it down then for you. Is that a little bit too much? My bad, Chris. Now what? Can we just run a play? Just one? Okay. All right. Here we go. We're ready now. Jeez. 14:56 to go on the first. Packers with the ball. They're starting off. Their starting field position is about on the 8-yard line, which is less than ideal when one of the keys to the game is actually winning the field position battle. Love takes the snap and shotgun. He's looking left, and he does hit Romeo Doubs in the slot. That's a first down, gain of about 13. So, first down Packers. Gary Free saying we really need Watson and Love to get on the same page today. I agree. And against the Chargers pass defense is that opportunity to sync up. I mean, the Chargers defense has been pass defense specifically has been horrendous for well over a month now. And plus, I think they need to utilize Watson differently too, more like they did last year on crossers, slants, quick stuff. But yes, today is the day they have to sync up today. Love takes the snap and he's looking left. And he does complete it to Romeo Doubs on a back shoulder throw. That's going to go for a gain of about 8.5, maybe 9, depending on where they mark it. So nearly another first down as Doubs gets 2 quick catches here. Miserable Goat, watch you on the phone while I watch those Mullets Dolphins get their teeth kicked in. I'll take it, man. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Sorry, not a bad thing. I was easing into on the commentator on the phone. Yeah. I'm just trying to learn what's going on, Chris. It was an unorthodox start. All right, here we go. Packers now with the ball at about the 31-yard line. Love and shotgun, empty set. 3 off to the right, 2 off to the left. And Love's looking for somebody. He dumps it off to his check down, Luke Musgrave, who picks up some yak and runs to about the 43-yard line, first down of Green Bay. Like Pebbles, yay, yards. This is so refreshing. I know. But yeah, just a simple, kind of almost like a modified chip from Musgrave. Dump it off to him. Let him run. There we go. Simple stuff sometimes works. Packers now at first down at about the 42. Love hands it off to Aaron Jones for the first carry of the game. And it gains maybe 1. All right, there's that. You see their defense ranks on the telecast. The Chargers are 31st in total yards, 24th in points. Their run defense, however, has been strong. They're about 11th in the NFL in run defense. It's just that the pass defense is just that bad. About 30 yards worse per game than any other defense in the league. So today is the day to air it out. But now we got someone down for the Chargers. Can't quite make out who that is. I believe, Joey Bosa is the one who's down. Looks in some pain. That would be a huge loss for the Chargers pass rush, as well as run defense. He's a quality run defender. So, like Hebbles, NFL really thinks I want to watch Giants Commanders. I can assure you, that's the game you got. I am sorry. My sympathy to you. But hey, thanks for being here. Love takes the snap and shotgun on 2nd and 10, and he's looking around. He looks left, and he does go to his dump off. Halfback A.J. Dillon, who makes the catch and rumbles forward, breaking through 2 tackles, and gets about 9.5. This is going to be awfully close to a first down. Nice job, A.J. Dillon. Good to see Dillon returning to form as of late. He's actually breaking tackles again. He's running through people. It's like, this is the A.J. Dillon we signed up for, not whatever was going on in mid-September and October. Chris saying, also, John, I was in the Wisconsin football. Oh, here, let me get this play first. 3rd and 1. Love. Oh, it looked like they were going to do a sneak, but they didn't do a sneak. Instead, it's a quick handoff that gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Huh. Okay. I mean, I don't hate the concept. Like, they lined up like they were going to do the tush push, right? The brotherly shove, whatever you want to call it. That's how they lined up. And Runyon was not an offensive offside, so that's a step in the right direction. But then rather than actually going through with it, they handed the ball off to try to do kind of an outside zone. And the Chargers just sniffed it out really well. But the play design, I don't mind one bit. I don't mind that one bit. So now we got 4th and 1. Packers are going for it. It's 4th and a mighty long 1. That's closer to 4th and 2. But the Packers are going for it. Love in play action. Drops back and he hits Musgrave, who catches the ball but is brought down immediately. That's a turnover on downs. Chargers going to take over the ball at about midfield. I mean, it was a complete pass to Musgrave, who, okay, whatever. All right, Chris, what do you got to say? Also, John, I was in the Wisconsin live stream and I put the word out to any Packers fans to come to the Lombardi Time Brews live. Oh, man, my brother is a Packers fan. Absolutely. Massive points to you, Chris. And thank you for the shout out. That's really awesome. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. So, this is not the offensive start the Packers are hoping for. I mean, they moved the ball. They got some first downs. They did move the ball about 42 yards, but then it just stalled. Just died. That third and short play obviously didn't work. And then I like the play call on third and short a lot better than I like that little out to Musgrave on 4th and 1 in a mile. So here we go. Gonna be Charger ball when we come back. Gonna be super interesting to see the defensive plan today. I assume it's going to be just like we employed against Pittsburgh, where everyone's backed up pretty freaking far. And on the whole, it makes sense against the Chargers, but if you allow Herbert that space underneath to just pick and pick and pick and do 1,000 paper cuts, he'll do it, especially with Eckler. I said in the pregame show that Eckler, on catches behind the line of scrimmage, Eckler's averaging 11.6 yards per catch. Zach Cruz put that on Twitter. That's just stupid good and proof that he is one of the best at making people miss, which doesn't match up well against the Packers defense that misses a lot. So Quay Walker back today should certainly help in that regard, but we'll see. We'll see what the Chargers bring offensively. So, quick start to already have some downtime. That's for sure. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Hope it's been a good weekend for you. Steve, how you doing, Steve? Steve's real. Yeah, that out to Musgrave was like reading a book with pop-up pictures, easily read. Yeah. See, and that's like, I liked the third and short. Like, I like the modified tush push. It's a little, kind of a little trick there by the Packers to actually hand off out of that formation. But of course, where did the play fall apart? Realistically, the pressure for the Chargers came in and they got the stop at about the right guard position, which is less than ideal. And that's certainly where you wonder if Sean Ryan should be coming in, especially on plays like that where you need a push. So then the 4th down play call, yeah, I just didn't love that. And I don't know as if Musgrave was the first read there, but it was clear as day what Musgrave was doing. All right, so Chargers taking over with the ball at about the midfield point. Herbert in shotgun takes the snap, immediately throws it over to Eckler, and the Packers swarm him up. Devondre Campbell and Quay Walker combining on the tackle with Jonathan Owens present as well. That was the swarm tackling the Packers are going to need today. Also, injury update, it does look as though Joey Bosa, they're showing the injury now. Yeah, that ain't good. He is getting carted away for the Chargers. That's going to be a huge loss. 2nd and 10 now for the Chargers. Herbert again in shotgun. They are on the Packers 49, so technically their side of the field. 2nd and 10 for the Chargers as the Packers defense is moving bodies everywhere. And Herbert takes a snap. He rolls right, and he throws to the receiver on the right boundary. Valentine's there, but regardless, the catch is made by Keenan Allen. Should go for a gain of about 8 for the Chargers. Miserable Goat saying better off trying a QB run. Yeah, I mean, I didn't hate the get the ball going a different way than the one that everyone expects, especially when the interior of a line doesn't get that much pressure or that much push forward, I should say. I didn't hate it in that regard, but I also wouldn't have hated if in 4th down they just would have lined up and actually done the QB sneak. But that was a mighty long 4th and 1. It looked much closer to 4th and 2. Herbert on 3rd and 4 takes a snap in shotgun, and he's looking across the middle, and it's incomplete. Very nice. Carrington Valentine there in coverage, but we've got a flag because the Packers are playing. So we have a flag. Who's it going to be on? You may have noticed the Packers are no longer 32nd in the NFL in penalties after last week. Progress. And it's holding on the Chargers. I think they're pointing out holding on the right tackle as he was holding Rashawn Gary. And who wouldn't want to hold Rashawn Gary? Come on now. 4th and 4 for the Chargers. And they're keeping the offense on the field. It's going to be that kind of day. Herbert in shotgun. The Chargers are very aggressive on fourth down, and this makes sense for them. Herbert in shotgun takes the snap, and he's looking, winds up throwing across the middle to a dude who was wide open and dropped the ball. That's Donald Parham Jr., the tight end starting today for the Chargers in lieu of Gerald Everett, who's injured. I mean, dude was wide open across the middle, but it don't matter if you don't catch the ball. So Packers catch a break, and they're going to be getting the ball back. Woo! Woo! I like that a lot. Martin, would spying Eckler be wise? I'm not sure. Not sure that I'd go the direction of dedicating an individual solely to Eckler, but I very much get what you're saying, but I'm not sure I'd go that far. One, who's going to keep up with Eckler? Quay is probably your best chance at being able to keep up with Eckler in that regard. But then you're taking Quay away from just running zone in the middle of the field, which you're very much going to need against Keenan Allen in the slot and everything else. So I get the principle, but I would say in practice, it's probably not best utilized today. Other games that don't have as good of a slot receiver as Keenan Allen, potentially, but not today. But yeah, especially with Eckler getting 11.6 on catches behind the line, it makes a lot of sense. Like Hebels, Chargers are weak on the inside. Hope we abuse that next drive. Yeah, the Chargers are super interesting that way. Like overall, they're a fairly strong run defense, but yet when you look at their individual performers, like their run defense is truly the sum is greater than the parts. Because the parts can be exploited if you're able to isolate them. So I would agree. Hopefully we see that. Hopefully see that again. But overall, today's got to be Jordan Love aired out day. That's what I'm at. Chris Hand, let's get aggressive here. Let's go. Yeah, I think this is going to be a game with a lot of fourth down going for it. It's both very much the Packers and the Chargers MO. Gary Freeze, better to be lucky than good. Oh, breaking out the replacements, Gary. I love it. One of my all-time favorite movies. And sometimes, yeah, it is better to be lucky than good. And Miserable Goat saying should be the same amount of likes and views unless they are Bears and Lions fans. Well, you'd hope so, right, Miserable Goat? You'd hope so. But you know what? I will say it has been discouraging. It's been hard this last month as YouTube has buried my channel effectively. But I would like to say that I'm absolutely thrilled with who's here. It's been quite wonderful this year, growing closer to some people who are here week in and week out. And that's been really, really cool. So first down now for the Packers. Love in shotgun. Packers officially have the ball on the 43, still on their side of the field. And it is a handoff to Jones up the middle, and it gains 2. So that's going to set up 2nd and 8 for Love and company. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. These runs up the middle just routinely seem to do nothing for the Packers this week. And Jones had a rough game against Pittsburgh. Like, there's no other way to say it. But it's becoming a pattern now that sometimes on these inside runs, he looks kind of like Aaron Jones did, or A.J. Dillon did a month ago. And it's questionable reads and getting brought down right away. It's really discouraging. 2nd down, halfback toss to A.J. Dillon, who tries to spin out of a tackle attempt at the line of scrimmage, but goes nowhere. So we're going to wind up with a 3rd and 8 as back-to-back run plays on 1st and 2nd, or 3rd and 7, I'm sorry, officially. Back-to-back run plays on 1st and 2nd down, net basically nothing. So here we are for 3rd down as Jordan Love is 5 of 5. Let's do that then, if he's 5 of 5. Let's switch it up and get crazy. All right, 3rd and 7, Love in shotgun. I believe that's A.J. Dillon, the running back next to him, but he's got 3 receivers out right, 1 to the left. And shows Musgrave in motion. And Love doesn't need air out on 3rd down, but contested ball to Jaden Reed on a quick curl, and it's batted away, incomplete. 4th and 7 now. Okay, that was fun. Get the ball back in midfield just to run it up the middle twice, do nothing with it, and then run a quick curl that gets broken up. All right. This is very exciting. Great start. Ay. All right. So, yes, indeed. Dan Whelan, the Irishman, on to punt it away for the Packers from about midfield. Chris Hand saying, when Kebbles mentioned about the weakness of the Chargers, I was thinking the Packers burned last week's game review of outside runs. Nope, we won't go through that again. Oh, man. I mean, hopefully the Chargers aren't able to do the same thing with Eckler, but the Packers may need to just not run the ball. Lekebel's new plan, not in the middle then. Yeah, those were not good. Lekebel's bad all the way around. Gary Freeze, get Jones the ball in space. Yeah. Or even if you can't get it to him completely in space on sweeps, Jones is at his best when he's allowed to make cuts. Like he's a cut runner, right? It's how he creates space for himself. These like almost modified halfback dives and then getting hit right away at the line, that's never been Jones's game. And that was the appearance of what that run play was on first down. So, okay. Scott, 2 runs go nowhere, but pass was good. Makes sense. It is the polar opposite of what we expected in August. The run game was supposed to carry this team while the young pass game figured it out. And to say the running attack for the Packers has been disappointing is a vast understatement. And there are several questions as to why, because not only have you seen an offensive line regression, you have seen some regression from the running backs too. And I know AJ Dillon's looking better the last couple of weeks, but Aaron Jones doesn't look right. He just doesn't. And it's sad. And who knows if something is still going on with that hamstring or whatever, but this isn't the Aaron Jones we all know and love. Throwing it is then from Lake Hebbles. And then also updating us that Yash and Walker are rotating, it seems. Yeah, okay. Because Walker did get the formal start at left tackle. And they explained in this week that Matt LaFleur said that left tackle is a spot of competition for the Packers right now. So they gave Walker the start, but I'm not at all surprised because we've seen this before on the offensive line where if 2 guys are essentially close, they'll just rotate them in, or they do that in case of injury. So yeah, Yash and Sheed rotating. Maybe now soon we can get a rotation for Sean Ryan on run plays. That would be cool. But John Running Jr. it is for now. So there you have it, folks. An incredibly nondescript game to this point, as the Chargers are going to be getting the ball back following the punt. All right, so here we are, the Chargers in Wildcat as Austin Eckler gets the direct snap, runs it over to the left, and gains 2 or 3. Preston Smith, amongst others, actually read that incredibly well. So the direct snap for the Chargers does not work. That's nice. Owens did have the opportunity there, if you're watching on the telecast, because Herbert, to do that wildcat, Herbert went out and lined up at wide receiver. Owens could have just checked him at the line, and it would have been kind of funny. 2nd and 7 now for the Chargers. They do have the ball on the 17-yard line. Herbert under center now. He's got 2 wide and then a halfback very deep, about 7 yards behind him. And it is a toss to that running back, Austin Eckler, who runs forward for about a gain of 2 before being pulled down strongly by Devontae Wyatt. Wyatt's been interesting the last guy. He's still getting pressure silently. Like, we don't ever talk about Devontae Wyatt getting pressure on this stream, and yet his pressure numbers are still up there for IDLs. But he's also really up there in terms of missed tackles, and that is where he needs to improve in order to be a larger contributor, let's say. But that was a very nice tackle there by Wyatt. 3rd and 4 now for the Chargers. Herbert drops back, and he does indeed find someone over the middle who then is brought down, or at least progress is stopped by Jonathan Owens and Keyshawn Nixon. That one going to tight end Donald Parham Jr. for a first down for the Chargers. Parham actually hung on to that one, and the Packers pay for it, giving up a first down. Herbert getting everybody up to the line quick. They're still over 20 on the play clock, but here he is dictating Looks like maybe a full-blown audible, or at the very least a flip. Herbert in shotgun takes the snap, and he hands it off to his running back. I believe that's Joshua Kelly, their backup running back. Indeed it is, and he gains about 2 or 3 on the ground, running up the right side. So second down coming for the Chargers. Chris And, every time the refs call a penalty on us, the Grinch theme song starts playing. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Yeah, I can give that. I got to build in that audio for you, Chris. Second and 7 now for the Chargers. Herbert in shotgun. And takes the snap, and he's looking right, and he didn't have to look anywhere else. I mean, he stared down Keenan Allen, and the Packers didn't do anything much to defend it. A quick slant for Allen that split right between the zones for the Packers. It's an easy first down for the Chargers, completion of about 9 on the right-hand side. So 1st and 10 for the Chargers, and now they're going no huddle. They do have the ball on about the 41-yard line, just over 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. And Herbert again dictating at the line. 10 to go on the play clock. Takes a snap out of shotgun. It's play action. And, the Packers nearly got in there for a sack. Instead, Herbert rolls right, evades the pressure, and winds up running forward for a gain of about 8 before Devondre Campbell shoves him outside. Gerber, nice table by Wyatt. Yeah, I mean, that was a very nice tackle by the young defensive lineman. Solar Miner Quay should make a difference. Yes, he should. Yeah, unequivocally. Having him back in the lineup should be very good. For the sake of containing the short ball offense of the Chargers, and Eckler especially. And so now here we go, lining up again. Herbert under center, under 10 on the play clock. 2nd and 2 officially. Herbert takes it, tosses it to his running back, Austin Eckler, who pushes forward from the pile, but ultimately doesn't get to the first down. As some other Packer comes running up and finishes him off. I didn't catch his jersey number. But that's going to be 3rd and short, 3rd and probably a little under a yard for the Chargers. Like Hebble's saying, Wyatt's big issue is he has no desire to stay in his lane. Yeah, I know in the Lions game, washed Gary out a few pressures by going into Gary's lane. Yeah, talking run defense specifically, reading is not his strong suit. Let's say that. Herbert now handing it off here on 3rd and 1 to Eckler. Oh, Eckler nearly is brought down at the line, but kicks it out left, isn't actually brought down, and then runs to the races down the left sideline. That's going to be a huge gain for the Chargers. It was basically one of those classic plays, kind of a off-tackle run, where he is met by a Packer who's simultaneously being blocked. Would have been a difficult tackle. It's more disappointing that no one else got there to join him. But nonetheless, Eckler winds up cutting it out and gaining so many yards on that run. Looks like officially 35 to 40 yards on that run. So the Chargers now with the ball at the 12-yard line. Herbert takes the snap, hands it off to Kelly, who gains maybe 1. Hey. Yeah, but like Hebbles, I'm in agreement. It's lane reading. It's discipline. Let's say that for Wyatt. It's technique and it's discipline, right? If he does stay in his lane and get near the ball carrier, he does not have tremendous aptitude in bringing them down right away. In addition to that, he gets displaced a lot. And yet, they got to keep him on the field because he's one of the more athletic defensive linemen they have, and he is a very good pass rusher. So, Herbert now in shotgun, takes the snap, and he's looking to the right, where he finds his receiver. That's complete. Carrington Valentine immediately met him. I believe that's rookie Quentin Johnston, if I read that correctly, who made the catch on the quick curl. That's going to bring on 3rd and 5. Joseph Gerber, the guy that was going to get Eckler, got tackled himself. Yeah, like he was, I'm trying to say that eloquently, like he was actively being blocked while he met Eckler. And then as soon as Eckler kind of cut around, he went down himself. I believe that was Wyatt, speaking of Wyatt. So now you've got Herbert here on the 8-yard line, 3rd and 5, again in shotgun. The Chargers using motion, but Herbert takes the snap, and he looks right and doesn't look anywhere else. No point in looking anywhere else. That's an incomplete pass. as Keenan Allen initially made the catch, but then Carrington Valentine stepped up and knocked it out. I mean, it's right there. Oh, Allen was already dropping it. That was just an oopsie. Allen had it, was beginning to drop it. Then Valentine came on, added a little bit of contact. Ball comes squirting right out. 4th and 5 for the Chargers means a field goal attempt for Cameron Dicker. As the telecast is showing, 35 of 37 on field goals. A good one. 25-yard attempt now for the Chargers to take the lead. And it's good. So the big run by Eckler put some points on the board for the Chargers to make it 3-0. I don't know if y'all noticed, but the ticker is now reversed. I decided to put the team that the Packers are going against on the left-hand side, Packers on the right-hand side. Figured they're 3-6. Might as well change some stuff up and see what happens. Let's see. Let's see here. I think I left off here. Big Al. Packers secondary so far is very thin. Yeah, I mean, they're playing zone, right? Like this is what we expected of them. They're going to play their spaced out zone, and it's going to be on the Chargers to execute underneath it because the Packers do not want to give up a big play. So, and then in terms of just bodies, yeah, I mean, Matt Schneidman of the Athletic reported that they fully expected Jair to play. Like this was going to be a game that Jair was going to play in. He got some practices in at the tail end of the week. And so they prepped for it like he was going to play. And they did not elevate a cornerback for this game from the practice squad. They only elevated Benny Sapp, a safety. Well, now that Jair is inactive, that leaves them with only 4 corners active today. They could have made a game day activation of Kublu Kelly, their new guy. But, I mean, he is brand new. So they opted not to do that. So 4 active corners for the Packers today. And it is Valentine, Nixon, and other new guy, Robert Rochelle. So we thin, to say the least. Hey. Like Hebbles, I'm glad the Chargers are playing with brick hands right now. Yeah, it's kind of bailing out the pass defense 2 drives in a row from it being worse, that's for sure. Chris Hand, us being thin on cornerbacks is like not having insurance. It feels scary. Yeah. Because like, let's just be real, right? Like, God forbid something happened to one of the Packers' 4 corners that's actually active today. What do they do? Like, really? What safety do you have right now that you're comfortable having go and play corner? Probably Anthony Johnson Jr., who spent 4 years in college playing corner. But that is a scary backup plan given the personnel predicament that they find themselves in right now. And then Big Al saying, if I was the Packers re-signing Casey Hayward, he's still a free agent. You know, I thought about that in the offseason, especially because like he had a little bit of a down year, but as Hayward has aged, he's remained incredibly competent. He's been an above average corner for years now, even as he's aged. But this is probably not the year we're going to see some veteran plug-in. I think the Packers are much more in the phase of we're 3-6. Let's see what the young guys got to inform next year when we may make some moves. Kickoff return for Keyshawn Nixon, returning it up to about the 32-yard line before appearing to roll his ankle down Levitt amongst others, trying to give him some attention now. Nixon tried to run off, but was doing so relatively hobbled. So a few Packer teammates stopped him and said, hey, stop. Let's get you checked out. So Nixon is currently being attended to. Yeah. But Big Al, I'm very much like, I think Hayward would be a wonderful addition and also a teacher. But I have a hard time seeing it as this being the year for that. Steve is real. Yeah, I wish our guys could catch like Tyreek Hill. Steve, I'm going to let you in on a secret. Every NFL team does. Like it's Tyreek Hill, real good, and he gets paid a lot for a reason. Yeah. Everyone wishes that, Steve. I'm fairly certain. By the way, Steve, we talked about it last week. I checked every resource that I know, and at the very least, there is no Dontavian Wicks in a Packers jersey rookie card available yet. So I just thought I would update you on that. I checked every resource I got. Nothing. No Wick stuff, especially not autographs yet. The only stuff you can get would be collegiate, especially from Leaf. They have a few variations of it. So if you want a collegiate autograph, those are available, but nothing in a Packer uniform yet. Peter, hello, bonjour, Peter. How are you? My first feeling is our running defense is getting more and more exasperating. Well, there was the one big play for Eckler, but other than that, they've actually done pretty well containing to this point. I mean, that 40-yard run was disappointing, but for the most part, thus far, they've bottled up the run game. The larger issue defensively for the Packers thus far has been Herbert making quick completions across the zones, which is exactly what we knew he would do. So first down now for the Packers on the 31-yard line. And 1:17 to go in the first. Love under center. And it is play action. And we're going deep. We are throwing it. We are slinging it deep to, that was Romeo Doubs, the intended receiver. That is incomplete. Looked as though he put too much air under it, because it wasn't catching Doubs in stride. Well, on replay, it wasn't bad, but the Chargers defender was just, Doubs was blanketed. Doubs never got any real separation from the corner there, and LaFleur is screaming for a penalty. But yeah, on replay, that throw didn't look as bad as it initially did. Didn't look as underthrown as it might have been. So that might have been more of a separation problem than anything. Love taking the snap, and it is an end around to Jaden Reed, who finds a gap. And Jaden Reed runs forward, gets a gain of about 17 yards, and a Packer first down on the end around for Jaden Reed, the rookie sensation, Jaden Reed. Here we go. We got contrasting thoughts here. Martin saying time for a 50-50 throw to Watson downfield, because that's been so good, right, Martin? And then Miserable Goat saying, whatever you do, don't throw it to Watson. The fan base in a nutshell right now. First and 10 now for Green Bay. Ball on the 41, and it's play action out of shotgun for Love. Love has to evade some pressure because they were coming, but he gets rid of the ball at the very least, so no sack, but throws it into the dirt, setting up 2nd and 10 for the Packers. 25 seconds to go in the first. Solar Miner, we are going to be so young next year. The future is bright. Yeah, already the youngest team in the NFL this year, and frankly, unless they add some veterans, they are going to be very, very close to the youngest team in the NFL again next year. Think about a few of the players that could depart, like if indeed David Bakhtiari's time is done in Green Bay, amongst others, that's just going to make them younger, because that's some of the older guys that may be departing. So 2nd and 10 for Love. He takes the snap, throws it to his quick check down in the form of A.J. Dillon, who's running it out, and it goes nowhere as Gilman gets the tackle. Gain of maybe 2 on the completion to Dillon up the right side. That sets up 3rd and 8 for Green Bay. And they're going no huddle. Oh, it's no huddle offense. Son of a biscuit. It was going to be no huddle offense. And then the refs seemingly stopped play. Oh, the Chargers took a timeout. They finally did it. They finally were ready for no huddle. But the Chargers take a timeout. 2 seconds to go in the first. 3rd and 8 for Green Bay. And we're going to have to line up all over again. Hey. We're so close. So close to seeing no huddle. Steve is real, saying any rookie card would be great. The collegiate cards will be fine. I will look them up. Yeah. They're some Leaf products. There's also one really cool card that I thought of as I was kind of shopping around. Thought of you as soon as I saw it. There's one card, I think it was called Leaf Variant or Variants. It is a triple auto, and it's signed by Musgrave, Reed, and Wick. So I thought that would be right up your alley. So go take a look for that on the eBay, Steve. It's out there for you. Jordan Love in shotgun now. He takes the snap, and he's looking mostly left, but then he turns around, goes to his right, to his check down. A.J. Dillon makes the catch, makes a man miss, and chugs forward. That's a first down for Green Bay, gain of nearly 20. And the Packers offense is beginning to find a little bit of momentum cooking forward. And that's the end of the first quarter, officially 3-0 Chargers. Packers, that offense starting to find something. Everybody look out. So I did tell myself today, if you're at all curious, because I know some of you have asked before, like, what is this? Everything that I have behind me, but thought that I would show off one thing in particular for you today. Just recently got it. I do think that I'm going to be hanging on to it for a little bit. Joseph saying, just sit Dylan until November every year. It gets cold out. He gets comfortable. He's a big dude. But yeah. So I said that I would pull this down for you. I do have to cover up part of it, but I know not all of you love David Bakhtiari, but yeah, it's a canvas of David Bakhtiari from his one game this year against the Bears. And I'm blurring out a particular word that he wrote for the inscription. You see it signed there, and then he says, blank the Bears. Certainly a cool new addition that I thought that I would have to show you guys as I put it up this week, and I'll put it back up later. So, Lake Hebel's giving us a nice update here. Sean Ryan in at right guard. Runyon, no helmet. All right, so I wonder if that's injury related or if they just told John Runyon to go take a seat. Generally, if there's no helmet, it's probably injury related, but we shall see. We shall see. So, Sean Ryan in at right guard. Hopefully those of us who have wanted Sean Ryan in are actually proven correct and he looks good. If he looks bad, then we're gonna have to eat a little bit of crow on that one. Yeah, I see a couple of you commenting there. Yeah, it's I don't know. I thought it was incredibly unique, and no matter whether David Bakhtiari's done this season or not, it's what a way to go out, right, for David Bakhtiari. So, Steve is real. I wonder if I can guess the word. I bet you can. I will not put that past you. Like Evel's saying, not injury according to Rob, likely rotation, but the helmet is interesting. Yeah, because normally if a guy's got no helmet, it means that they're injured. But if Rob Domofsky's saying it's rotation, curious as to the no helmet status. Yeah, I'm in complete agreement there. But regardless, I'm glad to see Sean Ryan. I'm never happy to see a dude lose his job, but John Ryan Jr. is taking a massive step back. We can't deny it anymore. And Sean Ryan, it is exciting. He's a young dude who I want to see play. Another end around to Jaden Reed, and it works again. Jaden Reed, touchdown! Touchdown, Packers! So they call the end around again. Jaden Reed runs right up the right sideline. No Charger can keep up with him. And that, my friends, is a touchdown for your Green Bay Packers as Jaden Reed. He's not no Luke Musgrave. He appreciates the Lambeau leap. He hops in, and that is a huge score for your Green Bay Packers. Very nice, Jaden Reed. He got that thing, and he took off. Beautiful. Yeah. Joseph saying, yeah, Reed. Like Kebble saying, yay, points. It's keeping with the yay theme of the day. Martin, go back, go, Gary. Yes, that was a thing of beauty. I mean, it started as just a typical end around, and then Reed found a seam, and I don't want to undersell it, but the thing is, it's not like he had to break 6 tackles or anything like that. It's just he got the ball, found his crease, and then was just faster than everybody else. And the Packers did block it incredibly well. It's showing Musgrave on a block there. There was just no one in position for the Chargers to actually make a play. So Reed just sprinted his way on in. And it's beautiful, y'all. Touchdown Packers. Whew. And, I love to see it. Love to see the rookies doing the Lambeau leap. Good. Tell Musgrave to do it next time. But very, very happy to see it. 14:53 to go in the half. Solar Miner beer time for you, or the parts that just inevitably got spilled on Jaden Reed. Huge touchdown for Green Bay, and Carlson does indeed hit the extra point, so I'm going to update it here. 7-3 now. So far, putting it on the right's working. Whoa, not that much. Not 777. Instead, just 7-3. Packers now on top of the Chargers. Here we go, Carlson with the kick. And it does not bounce out of bounds. Instead, it takes a bounce to the end zone, then goes out the back. So Chargers going to be taking over with the ball on the 25. Still don't know what the weird kickoffs for Carlson was last week. if they were intentional or not. No one said anything this week that I saw. But yeah, that illegal procedure against the Steelers was less than ideal, and good to see Carlson hitting it right down the middle again. So 14:53 to go in the half now. And Herbert's back on out there. I got to tell you, this is a beautiful uniform matchup. I know not everyone loves these Packer throwbacks, but I do. And then the Chargers all whites with the powder blue. It's a good matchup. Oh, Carl Brooks in. Carl Brooks finishing the play. Carl Brooks gets his pressure coming off of the right side of the line and then just straight up pursued. Herbert couldn't get away. That is a nice sack for the rookie. I see in the closed captioning I got on, 3rd sack of the year for Carl Brooks now. He pressured and he finished. We don't see that often. I mean, he just straight up beat the right guard of the Chargers and then got in there, and Herbert couldn't get away. Carl Brooks, good boy. 2nd and 16 now for the Chargers as they're not running hurry up, but they're certainly going quick. Under 5 to go on the play clock now. Herbert in shotgun takes the snap. He first looks right, then he dances around a little bit, and he's got to take off as pressure comes in. He takes off pretty well, though, and gains some yards on the scramble up the left side before Campbell kind of nudges him out of bounds. That's going to cut it down about in half. Should be about 3rd and 8 for the Chargers. Yeah, pressure came in from a few different places there, but ultimately Herbert able to evade, get out of bounds. So now we have 3rd and 5 officially, a little bit better of a scramble than I thought. 3rd and 5 officially for the Chargers. Ball on the 30-yard line. Herbert in shotgun. And he takes the snap. And at first he's looking right. And indeed he goes to the right and completes it up the middle. Trying to see that receiver name, and I got nothing. I'm sorry. Keyshawn Nixon taps him down, but it's amazing what getting separation can do for wide receivers. As he was just a simple pitch and catch, because there he was. Number 82 for the Chargers, I believe that is. Ooh, with a little push on Nixon, but he got himself some room and then caught the ball across the middle. 1st down Chargers. They're now up to the 42. Herbert under center. And it is a halfback toss to the right-hand side. And they cut back. That's Joshua Kelly, the backup running back for the Chargers. He makes a cut, goes backwards against the grain, winds up gaining about 7 on the carry to set up 2nd and 3. 12:40 to go in the half. Let's see, just catching up on a couple of these here. Mick saying, with changes, can this offensive line keep Love clean? Chargers lost 1 D-line. Oh, I'm sorry. Herbert takes the snap, and he's going deep to Quentin Johnston, but it doesn't matter as Corey Ballantyne was able to knock that thing out of his hands. Ballantyne has been playing much better than advertised the last 2 weeks, at the very least. Able to really, started at a kind of a farther back spot, but he's able to keep up with Quentin Johnston. And then at the very end, as Johnston's trying to secure, he was already really starting to drop it, it looks like. Regardless, Chargers can't catch, and the Packers are more than willing to help them make sure that they can't catch as of right now. So 3rd and 3 now for the Chargers, just short of midfield. Mick, I will get to your question in just 1 second. Herbert in shotgun, he takes the snap, and he's looking to the right at first. Oh, boy, and he finds someone to the right. What in the world? And he completes it for a large touchdown to Stone Smart. I believe that's a depth tight end for the Chargers. What in the sweet goodness was that, Jonathan Owens? So it's completed to Stone Smart. Down the field for the Chargers. And then Jonathan Owens, the safety, basically ran up to meet him and then didn't tackle him. Like, didn't even really try that. Like, what the? Owens basically, like, Smart gets the ball, right? He makes the easy completion, pretty wide open in the spacing of the zone. So then Owens steps up to meet him, but Owens, like, sticks his arm out, and Smart just kind of bats him away and then keeps running. And Owens never actually, like, followed through with bodily momentum. He kind of just stuck his arms out and then had to run after him. Okay. Touchdown Chargers. They're now up 10-7. That was just bad. I'm just going to be frank. That was having the zone that far spaced apart to where Stone Smart can be that wide open. That's a problem. Jonathan Owens not even remotely like laying himself out to make a tackle. Also a problem. That was disgusting and bad. No other real way to say it. And they hand the Chargers right back the ball. Or right back the lead, I should say. I'm sorry. So, Mick, with changes, can this offensive line keep Love clean? Chargers lost on him. Yeah, and it's a very, very big D lineman for the Chargers, Joey Bosa. The offensive line on the whole has been playing better as of late. They did a very good job against Pittsburgh, considering Pittsburgh's pass rush. And I said in the pregame show that it's really a matter of performing very similarly against the Chargers. The Chargers and Steelers have a very similar pass rush in that where it comes from. Chargers have Khalil Mack, and they have Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa, or at least they did. Steelers, Highsmith, and Watt. Like, they employ them in similar ways. So if it worked last week, it should be able to work this week. I think Sean Ryan is not necessarily an upgrade in pass pro. He's much more of an upgrade, I would think, in the run game, hoping to open lanes for Jones and Dillon up the middle. So overall, I believe it should be better. But in terms of keeping Love clean, that's probably going to be roughly the same. Chris and I still put money on the trick plays do work, but yes, it is on time. So good call on time at Matt's part. Yes, I very much agree. Catching up, Gerber's or Joe, I'm sorry. Brooks is a steal as long as he can keep the off the field stuff in check. Yeah, he was one of those guys who had way more college production than his draft slot. The thing with Brooks is, I mean, he went to Bowling Green, a tiny little, not tiny, in the grand scheme of things, it's certainly a small school. And that really hurt his draft stock. But even in terms of PFF grading, he was basically the best edge rusher in NCAA last year. So, and if he had off the field stuff, I'm not familiar. I don't recall reading that, Joe. So if you remember something, let me know. Gary Freeze is saying, let's all enjoy this feeling. So nice when they play well. We did enjoy it for a minute. So kind of a squib kick here for the Chargers, and it is grabbed by Malik Heath, and then he jumps out of bounds to avoid the charge coming from the Chargers. So Packers going to take over with the ball. Let's see. Scott saying Barry equals bend and break. Look, I'm going to put this play on Jonathan Owens. Like, I know they're showing the replay of the touchdown right now. Oh, that might have even been a man call. Okay, I want to watch that replay a bunch more, but I saw some guys acting like it was man coverage. So somebody screwed up. I can say that unequivocally. And then Jonathan Owens failed to even try to make a tackle. So Love takes the snap and he drops back, but the pressure eventually gets there as he was looking for somebody open. Number 51 of the Chargers with the sack on J Love. And that's going to set up 2nd and 15, loss of 5 on the sack for the Packers. I believe that was, I can't read the name there, and I don't have the Charger numbers memorized, but that would be 51 for the Chargers making the sack. Is that Joseph Day? It is Sebastian Joseph Day. Realistically, their best interior rusher, so I guess it makes sense. Mysterious Black saying flat out terrible by Owens. Yeah, you ain't kidding. That was bad. Very bad. So 2nd and 15 now. Love in shotgun, takes the snap, and he drops back. He's looking for somebody. He's dancing. He evades pressure. He slings it deep, and he finds Wicks. That is Dontavian Wicks with the catch, who makes a man miss and then gets all the way up to the 41-yard line, still on the Packers side of the field. But a very nice play there by Love to evade the pressure. I mean, that's one sack attempt that he broke. Then he rolls left, throws it against his body's momentum to find Wicks, Wicks is so good. They do not play the same at all, so don't take this the wrong way, but I'm telling you, one skill that Wicks and Cobb have in common is this intuitive notion to just know where to sit for their quarterback to find him. It's why Cobb was so successful with Rodgers, and now Wicks is certainly becoming that guy for Love. Here we go. Next play is a snap and a carry for Aaron Jones, who does find a little bit of room running up the right. That's not a quinkydink. He gains about 9 on the carry, but we do have a flag. Peter saying our DC should be nicknamed Joe Buried. Rip Green Bay defense. Yeah. Oh, and it's a face mask on the Chargers. So move it up, move it up. Packers, we've been cooking. Austin Johnson, the one with the face mask. What did you do? How? Oh, that was still early on in the play. Sure enough, can't do that. That's dangerous and illegal, my friend. But good for us. Move us 15 yards downfield. Mysterious Black saying Wicks needs more playing time. Yeah, that can't be refuted. And it has been increasing. Another play for the Packers, and this one being a handoff, gaining. Oh, we got pointing. We got whatever. Gain of about 5 on the carry up the right-hand side. I'm trying to see who running back that was, and I didn't see a jersey number clear enough to say with any type of confidence. So that's going to set up about 2nd and 5 for Green Bay when we come back. And indeed it did. It went to Emmanuel Wilson, the Packers' 3rd running back. Nice. Second and 5 for Green Bay. They do got the ball. They're progressing quickly to field goal territory. If not there already, they're on the 31. And then a halfback toss to Emmanuel Wilson, who tries to find room to run. And he does a little, comes through the line, gains about 4 as he evades some tackle attempts. Gain of, we're going to go with officially 4. Should set up about 3rd and 1 with 9:25 to go in the half. Chris Hand saying, haha, the Chargers are the penalty nutcrackers this time. It's refreshing. This is nice. Like to not know every single flag is going against the team you're rooting for. It's refreshing because it's been a while. 3rd and 1 now for the Packers. Love under center here. And it is a quick handoff. And regardless of who the ball carrier is, that's a 1st down for your Green Bay Packers as the person pushes forward. Myers and Elton clearing the way there for the run. And that is A.J. Dillon, the ball carrier. Dillon was met at the line of scrimmage and just kept his legs churning to turn that into about a 3-yard gain for the 1st down. Also, look at the hands on the face there. I know you can't call every face mask, but A.J. Dillon's got a new kid. He's got to have eyes. Shouldn't allow him to take him out like that. 1st and 10 now for the Packers. Love under center. He takes the snap, and it's play action. He's rolling to his left. Can't find anyone. Got to dump off to his check down. His check down was Aaron Jones, who was in no position bodily to make a catch. And that could very well be charged as a drop, but he was all kinds of bent and turning around and whatever. Incomplete pass as Love was evading pressure. Wasn't good. I don't know if Myers was supposed to switch out to the right tackle or the edge player, I should say. Khalil Mack was the one who registered the pressure there, but why you'd have Myers going out that far? 2nd and 10 now for Green Bay. Love in shotgun takes the snap. Oh, they did. Okay. All right. So the play that they got the touchdown on to Musgrave, remember the one where Love, if you're not watching the telecast, I'll break it down. Love looks to the left and then pirouettes, looks to the right, and then winds up throwing to Musgrave across the middle. Worked last week for a touchdown. They tried doing that again. It did not work. The Chargers were very, very ready for it. Love looks left. There's pressure coming up the middle. No one picked up that pressure coming up the middle. Musgrave was well covered. Nope, that just wasn't going to happen. 8:12 to go in the half. Packers now with the ball on the 23-yard line, 3rd and 10. Love in shotgun, empty set all around him. 3 receivers off to the right, 2 to the left. He takes the snap. There's pressure again coming from the right side, but it don't matter as the play stops with a flag. All right, let's catch up on here while the refs are chatting, figuring out what the flag is going to be. And really, false start on the offense. All right, who screwed up? Yash, that's not a good way to keep a hold on the left tackle job there, buddy. And let's see it on the replay. Yeah, I guess he just kind of sorry about that. I guess he kind of started a fraction of a second early, but Hey. 3rd and 15 now for Green Bay. Still luckily in field goal range if it comes to it. But 3rd and 15. Love again empty. 2 to the left, 3 to the right. And Love making adjustments at the line. Takes the snap. And he can't hang on to the snap. He picks it up, tries to run, goes nowhere. And the Chargers make the stop. It's just like as if it would have been a sack. Khalil Mack, in amongst others, are the ones who officially are going to get the tag on Love there. But Myers snaps the ball. It's a goofy snap. Came out of Myers' hands kind of crooked. And then it got into Love's hands kind of crooked. And botch snap. So Love hops on it, tries to run, has nowhere to run. One step forward, one step back. So I think officially that probably gets logged as like a run for Love, not credited as a sack, but field position wise, it does the exact same thing as a sack. So this is now a 52-yard attempt for Carlson. The great field position that they had is gone, and Carlson misses wide right. How many times can you shoot yourselves in the foot, right? The offense was churning. They were moving down the field. And then Yash does a false start. And then the snap is bad. And then a missed field goal. Still 10-7 Chargers. I don't even have words for that, y'all. Like, that's just like, they were churning. It looked like they were going to get points. And then self-inflicted mistakes. Self-inflicted mistakes. Let's see here. Let's catch up on a couple of Solar Miner saying we have the 6th pick so far. Legit players. That's about, yeah, you are not kidding. Realistically, the Packers probably aren't going to pick like 1 through 3, right? Their draft pick is probably going to fall somewhere like 6 to 12-ish. In which case, there's players to be had. Now, could they go on a run and like completely alter that? Yeah, of course. Could they lose every game and completely alter that? Of course. But just based upon projections, it looks about where they're going to be. And yeah, you're not kidding. I mean, that is, in theory, should be an immediate impact player that the Packers can get in the top 10. Now, which direction they decide to go with that, be it an offensive tackle, someone like Joe Alt, a wide receiver. They probably won't get Marvin Harrison Jr. if they're sitting at 6, but certainly there's the other ones on the board because there are others like Keon Coleman, etc. So which direction they decide to go is really going to be the big question, but they have plenty of draft capital this year. J-Dip saying wide receiver order should be Dobbs, Reed, Watson, Wicks. J-Dip's, okay, so I have a few thoughts here because I've seen this going around a lot. And one, Watson as a receiver has been incredibly disappointing. I'm very much on that train with you. The only thing that I'll say is Watson is getting double covered more than almost any receiver in the NFL at this point, which immediately lends itself as to why. Have you checked his stats? Why are they devoting so much attention to him? And it's because the way that the Packers are using him, he is their vertical guy right now to create space. So if you're going to relegate Watson to being like your 3rd or 4th wide receiver, it means you're taking him off the field, which means you take off that ability of his. So it's another handoff for Eckler, but he is stopped at the line. Devondre Campbell and Quay Walker combining on the tackle. That should even go for a few-yard loss. Just over 7 minutes to go in the half. 2nd and 12 is what it will officially be for the Chargers as they get lined up. So I very, very much get what you're saying. In terms of productivity, in terms of who is performing well from outside of a schematic standpoint, then I think you probably got to go Reed, Wicks, Dobbs even, and rearrange that a bit. Dobbs has his moments, but Reed and Wicks seem to be the guys that are there when you need them, right? Herbert takes the snap on 2nd and 12, has pressure coming from the side, so he runs right up the middle, which is a parting of the Red Seas, is wide open, gains about 10 on the scramble, sets up 3rd and short. Let's see, I just want to catch up on a couple here. 3rd and 5, 6:20 to go in the half. Herbert in shotgun and making adjustments at the line. Just over 20 to go on the play clock. Thus far, Herbert is 7 of 11 for 92 yards and 1 touchdown. Herbert back into his spot, takes the snap. At first, he's looking right, and he goes right, trying for basically a back shoulder throw to Quentin Johnston, but Quentin Johnston can't get both feet in bounds. That's officially an incompletion, setting up 4th and 5. Carrington Valentine all over Johnston to make sure that that was not going to be a completion. And now the Chargers have someone down. I do believe that that's one of their offensive linemen, number 76. All right. Let's see here. Peter Goot is clearly the only one to believe Josh Myers is improving. That snap count was so concerned. Yeah, okay. So the snap was bad. If you want the reason why Stenavich and Gutekunst have both said that Josh Myers is playing the best football of his career, Stenavich eventually explained more, but of course the explanation didn't get nearly as much press as the initial quotes. The reason why they are playing the best football of his career is because, keep in mind, Josh Myers is also the one on the line responsible for the line calls. And they feel like he is doing that better than he's ever done. Pair that with some competency in the run game, and while still being about the pass protector he's always been, which is above average. He's been a below average run blocker forever. So, and then he still is. But the reason why they made those statements was because of the line calls have radically improved. That's Stenavich said that, as well as some progress in the run game. So is that an absolute defense from me of Josh Myers? No, I'm just offering some context as to why those quotes went out the way that they did, because Stenavich eventually did explain it more. It's just no one really talked about that as much. Miserable Goat saying only the Packers can turn an easy field goal to a miss. The thing, like, they were in easy field goal range, like they were up into the low 20s field goal range wise, and then gosh, and then a snap, and it's self-inflicted garbage. Steve, Packers have the ammunition to move around in the draft. Yeah, they have plenty of capital. Like, if they are picking 6, 7, 8, and they want to move to 3, they can. I don't think they will, because it's very unlike them unless they are enamored with a player. But they're going to have the ammunition to do so. Realistically, this is a team with an early first-round pick, probably, 2 second-round picks, which as of right now, both look early, and 2 third-round picks, 1 early, 1 mid, as of right now. That's a lot. I mean, potentially right now, you're looking at 5 picks in the top 90. That's a lot of ammunition to work with to rebuild a team. That is for sure. 4th and 5 now for the Chargers as they're getting lined up for their punt. And here indeed it is. The punt goes all the way to about the Packer 13-yard line, but Reed does return it, does not fair catch it. He returns it, gets about 6, getting the Packers up to about the 19 for J. Love and company to take over. Solar Miner saying 3 QB in the top 5 is definitely an impact player at 6. Yeah, for sure it's going to be 2 quarterbacks. We'll see if another one, if Bo Nix can sneak his way in there, if Daniels from LSU can sneak his way in there. I haven't seen a lot of people saying top 5 for either of them yet, but certainly May and Caleb Williams will be. Gary saying this game seems like we should be up by more, but it also seems like we should be down by more. Gary, you're right. It does feel that way, because the thing is, like, what's gone well for the Packers has gone very well. What's gone bad for the Packers has gone very bad, thus leading to this feeling of like that. I wouldn't be shocked right now if the Packers are up by 20 or if they were down by 20, but yet here we are in a tie because both teams right now are playing incredibly similarly. They get some progress and then they drop the ball, or they get a penalty, or they miss a field goal. Here you have 2 teams self-inflicted lining up. 10-7 Chargers, 5:51 to go in the half. Packers with the ball on about the 18. It's a quick dump off to Malik Heath, who makes the catch and begins to break a tackle. That's going to go for about an 8-yard gain. Good to see Malik Heath get a catch and do something with it. He's had some cases of the drops over the last month, so really good to see him hang on to that one. Get an easy completion to him, setting up 2nd and 3. Solar Miner, I'm leaning OL. Tackle is deep. Tackle is very deep this year. Tackle and wide receiver are the 2 positions that I've read are insanely deep, which happen to align fairly well with what the Packers may need. I also think cornerback is a sneaky need, not necessarily in the first, but wouldn't be shocked if corner is fairly high on the tiers now. A.J. Dillon getting the carry on 2nd and 3, and he rumbles forward for a gain of about 5. That is a first down. 5:05 to go for the Packers. Oh, a nice little tidbit on the telecast here. Packers rookie wide receivers lead NFL in catches and yards by rookies, most receiving yards through 9 games since the 2014 Jaguars. I'll also point out that in terms of rookies, their yards per target, all 3 of them are the top in the NFL. I said that earlier this week in one of those shows. All 3 rookies are the top, like ranked 1, 2, 3 in the NFL rankings for average depth of target, which is really, really cool. Quick out now to Aaron Jones. So another completion for Love. This one gaining about 3, maybe 4, before Jones is very cleanly brought down, setting up 2nd and mid now for the Packers. Scott saying take 2 of those 3rd round picks and try to get a veteran receiver. Could be. Or, I mean, if the wide receiver core continues to show progress before the end of the season, because last week they certainly did. This week you're seeing some good things already. Maybe the calls for a vet wide receiver will get quieter. It's how the team was built, was to grow together. So we'll see. But at the same time, Mike Evans would be pretty great, wouldn't he? So Love takes the snap and he drops back, tries to throw it to Wicks. Throw is a little high on the quick curl. Defender gets in there, breaks up, incomplete. 3rd and 7 now for the Packers. That really was just a quick curl. Love was a little high to Wick. Still could have been a catchable ball, but the defender kind of lunged in there, made sure it wouldn't be. And so here we are with 3rd and 7. Another 3rd and longer than you want it to be. That's for sure. Love in shotgun. 3 off to the left, 1 into the right. He's got Aaron Jones in the backfield with him. And they're starting to get things set before there's a flag. Why is there a flag? Why is there always a false? That's a false start on the Packers. And, false start on Christian Watson. What the freak, Watson? All right. Apparently, Watson's hips don't lie because he lunged a little bit, and that is a penalty. So 3rd and 7 becomes 3rd and 12. Self-inflicted mistakes. It's the theme of the year. Under 5 to go on the play clock. Love and shotgun now empty set. 3 off to the left, 2 off to the right. And Love is looking across the middle, and he rifles it across the middle to Jaden Reed, who makes the catch in front of the defender. That is a first down for your Green Bay Packers. 3:35 to go in the half to the 2nd round receiver. Yeah, Reed he's just open. And so gets the ball as his defender was tailing behind him, and that defender being Jasir Taylor, one of the predominantly the nickel corner for the Chargers. Reed able to get nice separation on the top of his route, come back and get that ball. Well done. 3:15 to go in the half. 1st and 10 for the Packers. Reed in motion. Love under center. He's got trips off to the left, running back behind him in the right. And it is indeed a handoff to Aaron Jones, who makes a cut and gains 2 or 3. But that's about it before Jones. Oh, come on. Jones is grabbing his knee. Jones is down, and he looks like he's hurting. Oh, boy. That ain't good. Oh, he looks in pain. Now he's covering his face. Oh, no. Yeah, he's talking to the medical staff. Something's not good. Yeah, there it is. I don't know if anyone else just saw what I think I saw on the telecast. Looked like something bent the wrong way. That's not good. Let's see what that is for Aaron Jones. I'm sure we'll receive word soon, but it didn't look promising, and Aaron Jones, looked in pain. That is for sure. All right, let's catch up a couple of these here. Just scrolling back a little bit. Like Hebble's saying, Jumbotron J-Love scolds crowd for the wave, and it seems to work. 10-year extension, please. yeah. The wave while the Packers are on offense. I don't know what more the Packers can do. They've put out, I've been to games where they've put out stuff on the Jumbotron, like with fan etiquette. Don't do the wave while your team is on offense. And still, it happens every game. So J-Love scolding, I'm getting him down. Peter saying the only reason why Goot makes that kind of preposterous statement about a player he drafted is because he thinks he's smarter than we are. My opinion, Gutekunst has always been too cocky. Oh, Peter, I mean, I respect your opinion, but I don't feel that way. I think Gutekunst kind of brings things back a lot, personally. Does he blow smoke sometimes? Yeah, 1,000%. And maybe that's what they were doing with Myers, but there could also be there's just a million things in season that we can't know, right? And one of the things that I thought when I saw those quotes about Myers playing the best football of his life was, is it possible that Myers was going, and you may tell him just to tough it up or whatever, but I'm just speculating, but is it possible that Myers was going through a really hard time and they wanted to build him up? So they repeated a refrain of positivity out in the public for him. I don't know, maybe. But in terms of why the Packers said that he's playing the best he's ever played, Stenavich did go on to explain it. Oh, those appear to be tears for Aaron Jones as he's being carried off the field. That ain't good. 2nd and 8 for the Packers. Love in shotgun. That ain't good at all. Love takes the snap and he's looking to the center. Then he looks to the left and again finds the little man, Jaden Reed. That's going to go for a gain of about 6 to make 3rd down a lot easier. Should be about 3rd and 2 with 2.5 to go in the half. And here we are. Let's show the injury for Jones again. We really don't need to, I promise you. Something bent the wrong way. That's all we really need to know. Love takes the snap, hands it off on 3rd and 2, hands it off to his running back who does make a cut inside, gets the 1st down, gain of about 4 on the ground. Nice carry there for A.J. Dillon to push through the pile and get them a 1st down, taking us to the 2-minute warning. Let me just catch up on these here. I know a lot of people are talking about Jones, but let's see what this one. Chris Hand saying, John, I have a dear friend whose other friend took their own life, not only in sports, but in life. We should always find hope and fight, no matter what we go through. Love, endure, and faith. Yeah, Chris, you said it. You ain't kidding. Love, endure, and faith now and always, Chris. That's a lot more than football, Chris. Yeah, you ain't kidding. All right. All right, the mood is very down now. Chris, I don't even think that was in reference to the Aaron Jones injury, but yeah. Okay, let's look for some words here. Scott saying maybe use a 3rd round pick to get a younger veteran running back. I don't know, man. The way that bent, that's not age related. That's I don't know. Let's see what the injury is, but still, though, I'm not going to be shocked. Let's see what the injury is. But coming into this game, I was not going to be shocked if Aaron Jones is going to be back next year. I know the cap number's high. We all said the same thing last year. And then they found a way to make it work. Jones took a pay cut, et cetera, and he came back. So we'll just have to see. Like Hebbles, I can't call a guy who paid top dollar for a guy who wanted him fired cocky, but that's me. I can't call a guy who paid top dollar for a guy who wanted him fired cocky. Oh, I get what you're putting down now, like Hebbles. Speaking of Rodgers wanting Goody fired and giving him a mint anyway, I get what you're saying. I get it. John, can you mention 5 steals by Genius Goot during our last 5 draft campaigns? Um, well, let's see. Let's talk about the last draft alone, right? Granted, it's way too early to know what the career arcs for these guys are, but Jaden Reed is certainly performing at a level commensurate with his draft slot, if not above, considering that he is outperforming Jackson Smith and Jigba by most metrics. To go beyond that, I think Dontavian Wicks in the fifth is certainly proving to fall into the steal category. And there goes, oh no. Jones is being carted off and he's got towel over his face. That is demoralizing in every way. First and 10 now for the Packers. Empty set around Love. Peter, let's come back to that later. But Love takes the snap and he's kind of has to loft it over the line, but Emmanuel Wilson not able to haul it in. That's going to set up 2nd and 10, minute 56 to go in the half. Gary, I see your comment there. Can we please get some points before the half, please? I agree. It would certainly help turn things around. Certainly help things feel better. That's for sure. Fewest combined starts by offensive players. Oh, the telecast is highlighting just how young the Packers they are. Lovely. 2nd and 10 now for the Packers. Love in shotgun, one running back off to his right. Then he's got, and it is a quick pass to the right. In fact, for Jaden Reed, who makes 2 defenders miss, gains nice yardage there. Should be a gain of nearly 20. And that sets the Packers up with a first down. This is the Jaden Reed game so far, y'all. Big first down for the Packers. Minute 35 to go in the half. Yeah, almost kind of a wide receiver bubble screen there to Reed, but he did his job in reading that. Reed read the defense and then made two defenders miss before being brought down. Packers now all the way up to the 24-yard line. Love in shotgun takes the snap, and it is indeed a handoff to the running back. I think that's Emmanuel Wilson in right now, who trudges forward for a gain of about 4 on the ground. 2nd down for Green Bay. Just over a minute to go in the half. Green Bay does have all 3 timeouts remaining. The Chargers have 2. 55 seconds now to go in the half. Time is continuing to tick down. Packers are doing a huddle. They're not yet employing the no huddle. But here we go, getting up to the line now. Love surveying the defense. Love in shotgun, one running back off to the right. Reed in motion, going to be the lone receiver on the right. And Love goes to the running back on the right. Emmanuel Wilson makes the catch, makes a defender miss. That gets him the first down. That's a gain of about 13 through the air for Emmanuel Wilson before what the freak is happening? So Emmanuel Wilson makes a move, makes a guy miss, ducks out of bounds, but then as he begins running to the field, something is very obviously wrong with Wilson. He's holding his left shoulder. So he makes the catch, corrals the ball on the right. Okay. And then timeout Green Bay. 2 timeouts remaining, 34 seconds to go. Wilson, they're not showing it, but Wilson still is down, I'm assuming. And he was very much holding his left shoulder. He looked in some distress. He started kicking his feet while the people are running over. And what is happening? Okay. A lot of pain on the field today thus far. Okay. All right. Let's catch up on a couple of these. All right. So here we go. I got Peter saying we need Aaron Jones back in 2024 since he's our number 1 leader in the locker room. And I think that's like, if he's brought back, I think we may see the balance of running back carries changed a little bit. But regardless, like Matt LaFleur has referenced him for years, 2-3 years now, as the engine that makes things go. And plus, he is the leader right now in the locker room. There's no doubt about it. Still love the moment from 3 weeks ago, I think it was, where right after Wicks fumbled and then Jones grabs his helmet and pulls it up to look him in the eye and tell him it's going to be all right. So, yeah, he's the leader, no doubt about it. Let's see, catching up here. Okay. Steven, what's up, Steven? See you here. Who is available on the running back shopping list? That is not currently employed because it's uh, obviously past trade deadline now. I believe Leonard Fournette is still on Buffalo's practice squad. So he's probably the largest name running back out there. I'm going to be totally frank with you. I haven't exactly checked running back free agency lists as of late. So if someone wants to Google that, go right ahead. But Leonard Fournette certainly is the biggest name. I think he's still in the practice squad. I don't think he's been elevated officially to the 53 yet for the Bills. So, but LaFleur now over by Wilson. Quite a few people by Wilson. Is it? I mean, it's got to be something with his shoulder. Did he just get knocked out of place? Because Kenneth Murray Jr. kind of hit the shoulder or the elbow while it was extended. And you got to wonder, did it kind of knock up then for Wilson or what? But it's definitely that left shoulder that he's favoring. I mean, he comes running off the sideline and oh, Lordy, now he's getting carted off as the rest of the Packers offense runs over to wish him well. Unreal, guys. Unreal. Okay, Dylan. Okay, it's time for the AJ Dillon time. Lord. So anyway, AJ Dillon now the one remaining healthy running back in the game for the Packers is Wilson. There goes the cart. You do have to wonder, realistically, do we see Jaden Reed occasionally in the backfield now, like we used to see Randall Cobb, in order to spell Dillon, maybe on more obvious passing plays? I doubt Dillon is just going to get every single running back snap left. Do we go more empty set? Do they put Reed in the backfield on the occasional wrinkle now? Has Reed been taught how to do that yet? So lots of questions active right now for the Green Bay Packers. Love takes the snap in shotgun. We're back to actually playing football. And it is a quick screen to Dillon that is snuffed out immediately by the Chargers linebacker. That is no gain. Second down now for the Packers. 21 seconds to go in the half. Packers still not using their timeouts. There it is. Okay. Timeout for Green Bay. They got one left. 21 seconds left on the clock. Lekebel's Josiah is back with a helmet on at least. Peter, let's see. No, I just saw one that I want to talk about. Oh, there it is. Joe. Packers have JaMychal Hasty on the practice squad, right? No, that was misreported. The Packers picked up Q Blue Kelly, cornerback. JaMychal Hasty was signed by the Patriots off of somebody's practice squad. There was a report that the Packers had signed him. That was erroneous. It was wrong. It was straight up false. The Packers do not have JaMychal Hasty. So Love takes the snap, scrambles forward, then hits the ground because Chargers are coming to bring him down. And that's going to set up 3rd and 8 for the Packers now as Love gains only 2 on the scramble. There goes that final timeout. 15 seconds officially for the Packers left on the clock. And I'm trying to get exactly what yard line the Packers are on. Regardless, it's 3rd and 8 as of right now. So, yeah, to answer your question, Joe, no, they don't have Hasty. That is straight up inaccurate. And not your fault because someone did report that wrong. So just clearing it up. Peter saying it's time to bring Eddie Lacy back. Hey, I saw Lacy a couple weeks ago deciding, man, looks svelte. He's why not? Give him a call. But yeah, we'll see what these injuries are. And obviously you're hoping for the best, but Packers may need some bodies at the running back position real quick. Packers officially on about the 10.5-yard line. Love, empty set, 2 off to the right, 3 off to the left. Love takes the snap, and he's looking left, goes to the end zone for Watson. Did he get both feet? What happened? Watson, he held onto the ball. This was not a contested catch drop. This wasn't an issue of a corner raising the net. He held on to the ball, but I think he had to come out of the end zone to do it. So Watson, did he get both feet in? All right. Okay. I have a feeling. Yeah, that's not going to stand. Okay. So 4th and 8 now for Green Bay. Watson did not get both feet in, and it would have been quite Herculean to do so. 4th and 8 now for the Packers, 11 seconds to go on the half clock. Carlson now lining up for his field goal. This would be to tie it up. This is basically going to be, let's see, it's going to be like a 28-yard field goal for Carlson. And come on. There's the snap, hold, kick. Oh, we're so good. And that ties the game at 10 apiece. 7 seconds to go in the half. So 10-10. There you have it. Interesting. Chris Hand saying, since Watson's hands isn't working, maybe we can put him back there. And then Chris saying, my bad. Yeah, we can't say that right now because Watson actually held on to the ball. It's just there was the feet. And frankly, like it would have been incredible for him to get those feet down once he saw the replay. So no ill will to Watson on that one. But nonetheless, here we are, 10-10 now, getting ready for halftime. There is going to be a kickoff for the Packers. And Lake Hebel's saying points. Yeah, but you didn't say yay before points, Lake Hebel. You're supposed to say yay yards, yay points. It's what you're doing today. Now you just said points. It's a shortcut. The Packers taking up shortcuts, man. You don't have to. But yeah, points. Yay. 10-10, 7 seconds to go in the half. And hello to you. Everybody say hi, Claudia. She is here.
Hello.
Made it before halftime this week.
I know. Look at me go. This is 2 weeks in a row.
That's true. Kickoff now for the Packers, and it goes back. Chargers catch the ball at about the 2-yard line, and there's going to be a little return. And, okay. Yep, Davis returns it. Packers player didn't really need to tackle him out of bounds, but luckily no penalty. So 3 seconds to go in the half. Out comes Justin Herbert. Scott saying they're looking at Love's pinky finger on his throwing hand. That's less than ideal. I'll have to look at halftime, see if there's any updates on that, but that's not cool, Scott. Herbert taking the knee, and that is halftime, 10-10. Lake Hebel's Jones is hurt. Yays are on hold at the moment.
I get it.
That's fair. That's okay. No yays. That's fine.
Hi, Scott.
So Scott saying hi, Claudia. So there you have it. Just to do a quick recap, Aaron Jones is hurt, and he looked very hurt. He's probably not coming back in this game, I would think. I did see someone mention earlier, it was moving quick. Someone mentioned that he's labeled as questionable to return today, but no. I would be shocked given how Aaron Jones
radio said. John Kuhn said.
Oh, I would be shocked. And then Emmanuel Wilson also getting carted off with a shoulder injury.
And DeGuara.
And
also questionable to return.
Yes, fantastic. We're just doing great. And now Love's pinky fingers looking at it. So here you have a game tied 10-10 at the half. The Chargers, I'm going to say it this way. Basically, both teams are playing the same brand of football right now. They are advancing the ball pretty well before inevitably doing something to shoot themselves in the foot and stop all progress. For the Packers, it was a false start penalty, and it was a bad snap and a missed field goal. For the Chargers, it's been drops. They've had a couple notable drops. Overall,
somebody else experience that.
Overall, I'm going to say a couple things here, right? So Austin Eckler is not beating the Packers defensively thus far. Overall, I think right now you have to be very happy with the Packers defense, only giving up 10 to this point. Yes, they're playing far back zone. It is disconcerting at times, but realistically, they've only given up 10 points to the Chargers, and the Chargers have not beaten them with bombs down the field. Keenan Allen doesn't have 12 catches to this point already, et cetera, et cetera. And they've gotten after Herbert fairly well on occasion. And then offensively, can you imagine if 3 weeks ago the Packers would have put up 10 points at the half? We would be celebrating endlessly. The offense now, 2 weeks in a row, is beginning to look like a functional NFL offense. Still with the occasional mistake, the back-breaking errors, but it's beginning to look right. And that's the whole idea. So still disconcerting to be tied here. It does feel like this is a game that they should be ahead. Oh, cool. Calvin Ridley caught a touchdown. He's on 2 of my fantasy team's benches. But Packers overall, are, I don't want to say they're playing incredibly well, but they are making progress. And here we have a tie game at the half. So let's catch up on a couple of comments here. Rob Who saying Love just has a scratch on his piggy. Fantastic. Thank you, Rob, for the update.
We can deal with that.
Yeah, just a scratch. Throw a Band-Aid on. Get back out there, young man. Let's see. Like Hebel saying, if the Packers weren't perilously thin at cornerback, Keyshawn Nixon at running back in the second half would interest me quite a bit. You know what? What are we scared of? A loss? Give me Keyshawn Nixon at running back down. So that was a tweet, I'm sure, from Andy Herman. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hate it. But yeah, no, I can't agree. Sorry, Eddie, with the Packers being so thin at corner, only having 4 active corners in this game, I cannot sign off on one of them playing corner or playing running back. Anthony Johnson Jr. is got to be their emergency corner in addition to starting at safety today. So it's one of those days. But you know what? Give me some Jaden Reed in the backfield. That's what I want. Give me some Jaden Reed in the backfield. Stephen Smith, I laugh when I keep hearing anti-Watson stuff. There aren't many receivers who can bend their bodies like our guys are attempting to do every week. Blessings and prayers. Hey, Stephen, I think the thing with Watson is, one, I do think the Packers are not using him in the way that is most beneficial. Last year when he really took off, it was a lot of stuff that was crossers, slants, allowing him to get into space and use his speed. Whereas this year, because they're using him as the guy to pull separation to the back part of the defense, a lot of his throws are naturally coming 25, 30 yards down the field. And it's putting them in positions where there's a lot of contested catch opportunities, which Watson did much better making contested catches last year than he has thus far this year. I think the thing that's really disconcerting about Watson is on specifically some of those contested catches, on it's problems that have plagued him, not just now, but for a long time. For instance, the ending play, or not the ending play, the first interception last week against the Steelers. It's a great example. Could the throw from Love have been better? Yeah, sure. I mean, he could have gone a yard deeper in the end zone, but for the most part, that's about it. Was it the most appropriate read? LaFleur says no. Looking at the full, all 22 telecast, it's not like there were a million other places to go. But the thing that's really disconcerting about that play and why people are ragging on Watson is because you saw Watson, his body momentum was taking him away from the ball, and then he brought up his hands well after the corner already had their hands up. And it's that kind of thing. He's getting the reputation as of late of being an ultra fast guy who doesn't have a lot of play strength, which doesn't make any sense when you keep in mind his body type. He should be playing ultra aggressively. He should be able to make those contested catches because of how strong he is. And he's not afraid to mix it up. He's a good run blocking receiver. So then why is he not able to do so when actively making receptions? So could Love give him the ball better? Sure. But I also don't want to act like Watson is just completely guilt-free in this. He does have a lot of development to go as a wide receiver, and we have not seen it to this point. Peter, could James Robinson be our savior? Probably not, to put it real simple. And I say that, I wish he could. But the thing is, James Robinson, ever since his Achilles injury, has bounced all over the place, right? Spent some time with the Patriots. The Patriots gave him a full 2-year contract and then cut him before he ever played a game, supposedly because of medical stuff. Then he spent some time on the Giants practice squad. He spent some time on our practice squad. We cut him off of the practice squad a few weeks ago. And the thing that seems to be the frequently talked about thing in NFL circles is his athleticism is gone. That seems to be the rumor around James Robinson to this point. Now, he worked out well enough for the Packers to get a practice squad spot, but that's been the really common thing that a lot of people from different teams have said, is that this is not the same guy that he was pre-Achilles. So might they bring him in now because he spent a few weeks with the team and at least got his hands on the playbook and could come in and do something? Maybe. But is he the answer to the run game? Probably not, or else he'd probably have a job. That's It's just being real. Lake Hebel's Patrick Taylor gonna be poached. Yeah, Patrick, come on back. I'd say that one's a little bit more likely. They seem to like Patrick Taylor. Patrick Taylor knows the playbook inside and out. But yeah, I could see that happening pretty easily. Chris Hand, I can understand the cornerbacks being more in zone, so no big chance of injury. Maybe. No. I mean, maybe that's part of the rationale. I think it's just the fact that they're playing the Chargers, and the Chargers are really good at passing the ball. That's Joe Barry's philosophy, right? Keep everything in front of you. And if that means you got to back up 12 yards in order to keep them in front of you, then that's what you do. But the whole thing is keep them in front of you. And against the Chargers, that's not a bad plan. But you can't be so far back that they're able to take advantage of it. Mick, empty backfield set. We might see more of that in the second half. It wouldn't shock me at all. They've already called a number of plays like that today. Oftentimes, though, when they called that, they still had like Jones in the slot, or like they had a guy who could motion into running back stuff. Maybe we see some more true empty set. Maybe. Gonna be interesting to see how the Packers do this no matter what. But Dylan, hope you're well rested, my friend. Gary saying Reed would not be having the game he is having without Watson. Trust me. Yeah, see, and that's the thing. Like, that's what I was alluding to earlier, right? Like, Watson is serving at the very least, whether he can catch or not, whether he's doing great as a wide receiver or not. Like, what is undisputable at this point is he is doing a good job over the last few weeks of stretching the defense and calling defensive attention toward him. It's vital. And Gary's touching on it there, that really helps to open up stuff underneath for a guy like Reed, or it creates larger gaps in zones for Wicks to just plant and make the catch. So that is unequivocally true at this point. And then Peter saying, I'm afraid nothing has looked elementary for Watson in recent days. He still runs. He runs real fast. And that's what he used for right now. And then Peter also saying drafting Michigan running back Donovan Edwards next year would be such a good idea. I'm going to take your word for it because Yep, and I have not dove into draft prep yet to know anyone beyond the big names. So I'm going to take your word for it, Peter, our French draft guru. So, all right, that is halftime. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Still knotted up, 10-10. And I will point out, too, I said this earlier on the telecast or on the stream here, if you didn't hear it, I put the Packers on the right side of the ticker. First time all year that I've done that. And look at that. They're tied at the half. You're welcome. That. And I really got nothing. Oh, by the way, just to update, Jay Alexander was supposed to play in this game. Like, he practiced towards the tail end of the week.
Right.
Packers, what we were alluding to with having thin corners is because the Packers only have 4 cornerbacks today because they were assuming Jair was going to play. So they didn't do a practice squad elevation to get an extra body in there. They didn't. And then in pregame warmups, they decided Jair can't play. So he's out, and the Packers have 4 corners right now against one of the best passing teams in the league. Just to update you.
How would you not know that before?
Well, okay, but that's actually fairly common. So, like, if a guy has an injury, like, that is chronic, or, you know, he practices on Friday, maybe does a walkthrough on Saturday, and they're like, yeah, he's looking good, right? And then with these chronic injuries or whatever, they get out there for pregame stretching. They start doing some drills on the field. It may be a person of the medical staff that just goes, that doesn't look right. Like, you don't look right. We're going to sit you. It could be 1,000,000% speculation. I'm just explaining hypotheticals. It could be that Jair bumped into somebody in pregame and it like reworked itself out. Right. And then the progress of the last day is gone. You see that a bunch where, like, pregame, that's what game time decisions are for, right? Like, they take it right up to the game, and then they say, like, in warmups, whether you look good or you don't. Jair was on track to play, but something occurred that put that backward. Unfortunately for the Packers, because they don't have a ton of roster flexibility right now because of how many freaking people are hurt, that kind of screwed them because they prepped as though he was going to play. That's what I'm explaining. So, now looking here, I got a couple comments.
Took one too many for Locos.
No, you wanted the people in Lambeau to take Four Locos. Oh, I'm certain Jair's
I was gonna say,
got a few Four Locos in his day.
Like,
and we're not talking the new ones. I'm talking the old school Four Locos that.
I think Jair's blood is just old school.
Chris saying someone rubbed that magic lamp people been looking for. I think we did since we got Wicks. Dilly. Yeah, right. Wicks is looking good. Reed is looking good. Mm-hmm. And then the other rookie, Musgrave, came into this game getting some accolades as of late, but he has not done a lot today. Oh, cool. Yeah, let's show that replay of Jonathan Owens not doing anything again. That was massively disappointing. So, second half, 10-10. Let's get to it. Oh, yep. All right. We're still talking.
Yep.
Kevin Kruger, Mark Sanchez. I will say, this is no knock on Mark Sanchez. Okay. Like, understand. But he is not Fox's A team. So if you want to gauge to like where Packers Chargers ranks in the hierarchy of Fox games today, it's not high. I'm just saying. All right, here we go. Kickoff for the Packers Chargers going to be starting off with the ball. They do catch the ball at about the 2 and start to bring it up. And makes a couple dance moves and is brought down at about the 21-yard line. So beneficial there not to kick it into the end zone as Herbert comes out to lead the Chargers offense once again. Eckler, 5 carries, 42 yards in half number 1, and about 40 of those were on 1 carry. So that's positive.
Not for your fantasy, but.
Oh, I'm well aware. Still at a 40-yard run, though. That's something.
Yeah.
And Herbert walking up in shotgun. 1 running back off to the left. You got to believe that that's Eckler. 2 tight ends to the left as well, and then 2 receivers on the right. 1 receiver in motion. Herbert takes the snap, and it's play action. He's dropping back. He's looking to the right, and he's looking for somebody, and he finds somebody. That's Keenan Allen who makes the catch. That's Keyshawn Nixon who makes the clean tackle. Gain of about 9 on the completion for Allen. Sets them up with a favorable 2nd and short.
I love our retro jerseys.
I really do. The 50s throwbacks are beautiful. I love them. Let's see. Don saying 10 points at half. Progress. Exactly, Don. I agree with you very much.
We'll take it.
Steven saying Musgrave is getting too much attention, and with his PFF grade, they gonna look for him. Yeah, Musgrave's doing some. He's been trending upward, which naturally, when you're a rookie and trending upward, you get more attention. Handoff there to the running back for the Chargers. That's Eckler again, who cuts through the line. That's a nice gain. Gets the Chargers all the way up to about the 45-yard line. And let's see the replay here. See exactly what happened. And ball is snapped, and it points out on the telecast the right guard pulled and cleared the opening for good old Austin Eckler. Nice gain there. Chargers officially have 1st and 10 at the 45. Herbert in shotgun, and he takes the snap, and it's still just a handoff to the running back. Is it? Nope. Oh, the camera was fooled, and so was I. So that goes out to Quentin Johnston, and that's a 1st down for the Chargers. Dang it. I mean, that was a strong play action. That's where my eyes went. But a quick completion to Quentin Johnston there gets the Chargers a 1st down, and they're cooking into Packer territory now at the 38-yard line. Herbert in shotgun. 1 running back to the right. He takes the snap. It's a weak play action, and he's looking deep to Keenan Allen, but the throw is off target. Allen didn't even really get his arms out. That's an incomplete pass. Carrington Valentine in coverage. You go, Carrington Valentine. Man, he's looking good.
So what, are we running with Valentine and Valentine again?
Valentine and Valentine with Nixon in the slot, and Robert Rochelle is the 1 backup corner that they have. The only other dude who can really play corner would be the starting safety, Anthony Johnson Jr., who's starting today because Rudy Ford was unable to go with his injury. So they could, in the event of another corner injury, they could take Anthony Johnson Jr., put him at corner because it's at least what he played in college, and then they'd have to bring in their number 5 safety to finish out. Yeah. So a quick picture to Joshua Kelly, who has to run a whole lot of yardage to only actually gain 2 before he goes out of bounds. Yeah, I mean, that's where things are at for the secondary. Like right now, Douglas is gone. Jair's out. Stokes is out. So Valentine, like outside of the slot, Valentine was your 4th boundary corner. He's now your number 1. Ballantyne wasn't even on the roster. He's now your number 2. Rochelle wasn't on the roster. He's your number 3. And you still have Nixon in the slot. But at safety, they've lost Darnell, Rudy, Owens is playing, Anthony Johnson Jr. is playing. Yeah, it's bad all the way around. 3rd and 7 for the Chargers. Herbert takes the snap from shotgun. He evades a sack and then takes off. He's running straight up the middle, breaks a tackle before being brought down by Ballantyne all the way up at about the Packers' 5-yard line. Who missed a tackle on the quarterback? Ay. So in came pressure from Wyatt, and Chargers going with a modified hurry up. That's a handoff to Eckler, gaining only about 2. So we're going to have 2nd and goal from about the Packers' 5. Who missed a tackle on the quarterback? That's what we need to know. So Wyatt went in there, got the pressure, but Herbert was able to evade the sack, and then he took off.
You didn't see who that was.
Someone just threw a shoulder at Herbert as he was scrambling and missed. Missed horrifically, actually. Ugh. I don't know. Maybe try wrapping up. It seems smart. Good. It's worth a shot. 2nd and goal now for the Chargers. And it's play action. They wind up throwing a quick out. That is beautifully done.
Nixon with the stop.
Completion out left, but Keyshawn Nixon with the open field tackle. That's going to be a loss of about 2 for the Chargers. Yeah, Nixon read it like a book. Made sure he wasn't blocked by the O-line. Got in there, brought him down. Well done, Keyshawn Nixon with the open field tackle. 3rd and goal now for the Chargers. All right, so ball on the 7.5, let's call it, for the Chargers. Herbert takes a snap and shotgun. He's looking to the... another drop for the Chargers. That one, he had a completion. He had Keenan Allen open at about the 1-yard line. And Keenan realistically could have just turned his body into the end zone. But Keenan Allen, one of the most sure-handed receivers in the NFL. Oh, it was on the money. It was right there.
Oh my goodness. Is this
right out?
Is this what the other team felt like when they were watching us? When they're like, how did you not catch? Like, I'm happy you didn't catch that. Yeah,
probably.
How did you not catch that?
Yeah, probably.
Oh my goodness.
26-yard kick for Dicker. Dicker, the kicker. And he hits from 26. Chargers retake the lead 13-10. Keenan Allen with an incredibly costly drop.
That's great. It's so nice to watch other people experience this.
Yeah, the real question here is the Packers are actually getting some luck today from the Chargers messing up like they normally hand other teams. Are the Packers going to be able to capitalize? And are they going to be able to actually finish it like other teams have done to the Packers, or are the Packers going to just do self-inflicted wounds to equalize the playing field? But yeah. All right, so let's see here. Steven's saying he kind of likes the blue and gold throwbacks better. I'm assuming you're talking like the blue jerseys with the gold circle and then the brown helmet. Yeah, I did really like that. There were some players that looked great in that uniform. Like Donald Driver looked good in that uniform. Clay looked good in that uniform. Those were some cool jerseys.
I feel like Clay and the Acme jersey is just so synonymous.
Yeah.
Like when I think of the Acme retro jerseys, Clay is the only player that comes to mind.
Well, especially to him, whenever he would get a sack and then do the Predator celebration in that jersey, it just looked right. Yeah. And then let's see here. Oh, Solar has the blue gold Clay jersey. How appropriate. Joe saying just got the obvious notification that Jones is out for the rest of the game.
Really?
Yeah. All right. That sounds right. Steven, I have it Lacey and Kuhn. Oh, Lacey. Lacey was another one who looked right in that jersey. Yeah, I didn't think of him, but that's so true. Chris, skip the dark cloud over Mordor. There's a darker cloud over our locker room with our guys, injuries, and goes. Yeah. If someone could call Gandalf, we need some help. Get I don't want to say get the Eagles in here, but they need some help. Gary, I really want to thank the Chargers for keeping us in the game today.
It's nice.
Right? It feels It feels right. We've given so many other teams the same kind of thing this year. This feels nice. And then Chris saying the Chargers are showing us their not so good hot potatoes game skills. Maybe it's just a little too chilly for them here in Burley, Wisconsin, because it's like 40 degrees today. So not even that freaking cold, but maybe that's got something to do with it. And the telecast did point out historically in Lambeau, I think it was the Chargers and Raiders are combined 0-9 in November. The Lambeau mystique has lost some luster, certainly, but the telecast did show that California teams have really struggled in Green Bay in November and December. There you saw on the telecast Joey Bosa. He's obviously out for the rest of the game. He's in sweatshirts and looked like he had either crutches or a boot or something because he wasn't walking right. So Chargers have their own massive injury that they're dealing with here in the second half. 10:44 to go in the third. Chargers with a 3-point lead, and J-Love and company ready to take over. Ball at the 25. Give him. Love in shotgun, running back off to the left. You got to assume it's Dylan. And then we got some motion here. Oh, winds up being a carry for Dylan, and the Chargers said, yeah, we knew that's what you were going to do. And they bring him down as soon as he got the ball handed to him. That's going to be a bad loss. Officially, it looks like a 5-yard loss. It was Khalil Mack. Okay. Mack has always been more of a pass rusher, but there was a time in Mack's career where he was also a very, very good run defender, and he's having that kind of year again for the Chargers. I said on the pregame show, his run defense grade by PFF is over 86 thus far on the year. Khalil Mack's just having a ridiculously awesome year for the Chargers. It isn't being talked about enough. Love takes the snap. It's play action, and he looks to his right, completing the pass to Tucker Kraft. I darn near started Robert Tonyan with that 85 jersey, but that is indeed the third-round pick, Tucker Kraft, making the catch, gaining a few, which brings them to 3rd and 11 officially following the 4-yard completion. Steve is real, saying, hi, Claudia.
Hi.
And then Steven saying it's all in the head for everyone now. If you're talking like mental mistakes, I agree, certainly. Love in shotgun, 3rd and 11. One running back off to the right, 3 receivers off to the left, 1 to the right. And Love takes the snap. He's looking to the left. Oh, he completes it. That is to tight end Luke Musgrave, who hauls that thing in. That's a first down on the completion of about 12 yards for a first down. Nicely done. Musgrave was well covered there, but just right in the pocket. Musgrave reaches out and just plucks it. Nicely done. Big first down for Green Bay there. They needed that. 8:50 to go in the third. 2 catches, 64 yards last week against Pittsburgh. And they're trying to get him productive today. They've looked his way a number of times. Just hasn't worked out in big plays today. Love taking the snap, handing it off to A.J. Dillon, who makes a move, begins to break a tackle, tries to spit out of one. Kenneth Murray Jr. there with the official tackle, gain of about 7 on the carry for A.J. Dillon. 8:22 to go in the third, 30 seconds on the play clock as the Packers begin to huddle up. Woo! A.J., go get some Gatorade, buddy. You're going to be working a lot in the second half. As Luke Musgrave is on the sideline being talked to by the medical staff. He is standing. Doesn't look like anything serious, but still, you don't love to see that.
Yeah, I think he's just getting roughed up every time he touches the ball.
Yeah. 2nd and 4 for the Packers. It's a handoff to Dillon, who kind of gets tripped up at the line, still gains about 3, setting up 3rd and very short for the Packers. And it was just a simple, straightforward run play that Khalil Mack is making his presence known. Third and 1 officially for Green Bay. 7:30 to go in the third. Joe saying Musgrave with the catch it and fall down. You know what? Hey, that time
was actually acceptable.
Yeah, the throw kind of made him go down, and it wasn't out. Like that was the plan.
Yeah.
So I'll give him credit for that one.
Every other time, yeah. For sure.
Packers on 3rd and 1, snap it and find Reed running over to the right-hand side. Love connects. That's only about a 4-yard gain, but certainly plenty on 3rd and 1. First down.
First down.
For the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, and a Chargers player is down.
Yes, and I believe... Oh, hey, AJ. Just stand right in the way there. Oh, yep. All right, I'll move. Sorry, guys. I believe that's Sebastian Joseph Day, if I'm remembering the numbers correctly. He's realistically their best interior defensive lineman, so... that if he's got to come out, that's a loss for the Chargers D. But another injury today. And the thing is, ton of injuries today, but no one can come out of this game blaming any turf or any grass or anything.
That is true.
Lambeau's revered as having the nicest grass in the NFL with some pretty frequent regularity.
I think it's just this
but
season.
Just a very
just awful for
very
injuries.
Injury heavy day. Yeah. So let me take a look here. Oh,
yes.
Could you please do me a favor?
Sure.
We forgot to do something.
What did we forget to do?
Make a call to a hair place.
Oh, hey, look at that.
You wouldn't mind jumping and doing that quick? Sorry, non-football related. No, we got a life to attend to. Sorry. Hey, Janelle. Can't stay long. Have a long list of things to do to get ready for family next weekend. Packers aren't looking too bad, though. No, Janelle, you are spot on. This is also the perfect time to say no watch party on Thursday. It is Thanksgiving. We're hosting my whole family for Thanksgiving. We're going to watch the game with them. I'll probably still tweet out some thoughts, but no watch party on Thanksgiving. But the weekend after, we will be back as normal, just taking Thanksgiving off. So hope everyone has a fantastic Thanksgiving. I know I'll see everybody out there again before with videos coming up. It's going to be tomorrow. I'll do a video reacting to this game after I rewatched it again once or twice. And then on Tuesday, it's going to be Tuesday this week that I put out the game preview so it can linger out there for a couple days. Tuesday is the game preview for Packers versus Lions. And then maybe if we got time, maybe I'll still go live on Wednesday. We'll see. But yeah, very glad you stopped by, Janelle. Thank you for stopping in. Hope you have a wonderful week with family and Thanksgiving coming up. So thank you. But yeah, injury-filled game to say the least. On the other TV right now, I got Browns and Steelers as the CBS telecast on. So two non-high-scoring games right there right now. Steven, while it's commercialing, saying pumpkin or sweet potato. I'm a pumpkin man myself. I can't say I have a taste for sweet potato pie, so pumpkin for me. But very much looking forward to the holiday. And then Chris saying, awesome, John. Hope you all have fun. Stay safe. Thank you, Chris. You as well, wherever you are celebrating the holiday, to everyone out there. But yeah, very much looking forward to a nice holiday. Game is back. Love is in shotgun. Packers nearing midfield. They're on the 47-yard line of their own side yet. Love with two running backs next to him, one being Reed, one being Dillon. And the pass is complete to Christian Watson across the middle. That goes for about 11 yards and a Packer first down. 6:40 to go in the third. See, I like that. Watson doesn't have to run deep. Of course, you wanted that wrinkle in your offense, but to get that to Watson in a little bit of space, like it. Like that a lot. So... Scott saying, John, we're more important. Well, I'm very sorry, Scott. You might be. Sorry, family, if you're watching. But yeah, it's going to be a little hectic around here on Thanksgiving. So very, very, very sorry. I'll be back the next weekend. Love now play action to Dillon out of shotgun. That is completed again to Musgrave, who rather than turning up the field continues to run at the cornerback rather than turning up the field. Nonetheless, he didn't go down on his own. He was tackled. Yes, so that creates second and just a couple yards short of the first down. 2nd and 2 officially per the telecast.
They closed at 2 o'clock.
Okay. All right. Solar Miner, I say 3 quarterbacks in the top 5 because teams will get in front of GB because GB won't pass on a QB. I don't know about that, Solar Miner. Handoff to Dillon. Dillon is dragged down immediately after getting the handoff. Right. So that ain't good. Makes it 3rd and 6. Just a simple handoff to Dillon, and he was absorbed the millisecond he got that ball. That's ideal. Yeah. All right, 3rd and 6. Packers still trying to get aligned here. Solar, I see the reason why I say that, Solar, is if it's Drake May or Caleb Williams, maybe the Packers wouldn't pass. I saw some talk earlier this week that the gap between QB2 and QB3 is massive. And even Love takes a snap in shotgun. Pressure. Yeah, there it is. Khalil Mack gets the sack, beating Rasheed Walker. Sets up 4th down for Green Bay, and that may very well have just knocked them beyond field goal range. Oh, come on. Yeah, Chargers only 2 guys with their hands in the dirt there, but Khalil Mack just pushed just straight up. And that's Yash. I'm sorry, that's not Rasheed Walker, but Khalil Mack just pushed Yash basically straight into Love and then finished off the sacks. The Packers now need to punt on 4th and 17 with Dan Whelan, the Irishman, now punting it away. Fair catch called for at the 10. So Chargers at least don't have great field position, but
don't do that. Don't do that.
Again, the offense makes some progress. They drive down the field, they pick up some yardage, and then shoot themselves in the foot. Somebody messes up, and it's done. So anyway, to your point, Solar Miner, even Nate Tice, who's incredibly brilliant football mind, he was saying on a podcast for The Athletic this week that, in his opinion, Love is playing well enough right now to, sure, you take Drake May or Caleb Williams, but you're probably not taking any of the other quarterbacks over him. So he's inclined to believe that the Packers rolling on with Love. And I mean, against Pittsburgh, Love played incredibly well today. Love is playing pretty well. So that's what it is. Steve is real. Yeah, hair places. You guys getting the Christian Watson hairstyle? No.
I don't think any of our hair would.
No, that's not even it. It's my son, Oliver, who is looking mighty shaggy. He's 3 years old and the hair is quite long right now. Yeah. So getting him a haircut for the holiday.
Remind me of Shaggy from
So yeah, that's getting a haircut for the holiday, and we totally forgot to call it and make that appointment.
Yeah, they closed at 2:00 and I called it 2:01.
That's unfortunate. That really sucks.
Yep.
Stephen Smith saying, agree with Bill Walsh idea. QB, if available, is higher grade than present QB was. Yeah, right. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, if you're looking at, so many people consider Caleb Williams to be like I hate using the word generational, but like a top tier quarterback prospect, right? So if you believe that he's in Love today, well, you pick him. But when looking at other quarterbacks who may be projects or have things to learn, then just stick with the commodity you've got. And I know the league is a little different now, and like the rookie contracts have such an element to it and stuff, but the Packers have not exactly shown any ceasing of believing in Love. So I don't think if Love continues to produce at the level that he has over the last 2.5 weeks, and he can do that consistently for the rest of the season, Jordan Love is your quarterback next year. I feel pretty comfortable saying that. And then Steve, yes. I actually found Dontavian Wick's rookie cards from Panini. Hey, there you go.
No.
There you go. Is it the still collegiate though, right? Like I wasn't wrong. Tell me, Steve. Let me know. Solar Miner, I'm not even factoring in Love. Love is fine by me. I'm just saying GB won't pass on one. See, that's where I disagree. I think they would. Maybe not Williams or May, but I think they will. Herbert in shotgun takes a snap, throws it to the right. That's a gain of about 8 to Keenan Allen along the right sideline before Jonathan Owens shoves him out. So 2nd and short upcoming for the Chargers, under 4 minutes to go in the 3rd. I really think it's going to be the kind of matter, Solar Miner, of like, if one of the top guys is there, maybe they don't. If it's not one of the top guys, then we may see them pick a quarterback in rounds 2, 3, 4, something to that effect. Scott, I do think Love is our QB of the future. I'm there with you. Like he's looked really, really good the last couple of weeks. So still some fine tuning, of course, but he's showing it. There we go. Handoff to Joshua Kelly on 2nd and 2 for the Chargers. But Kingsley Enagbare gets into the backfield and wraps him up around the hips. And they do a little dance for a little while before another defender comes in, helps make the tackle. That's a loss there for the Chargers. Nicely done.
I love when they wrap them up, but like whoever they wrapped up is still like trying to trust along.
Yeah.
So they just go for a ride. It reminds me of like when a toddler like hangs onto your leg and you just like walk with them on there.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So third down for the Chargers. Herbert takes the snap, completes it quickly to Keenan Allen over on the right side of the field, but who's brought down immediately. So a gain of only 4. That sets up 4th and 1 for the Chargers, under 250 to go in the third. Brandon Staley is notorious for going for it on 4th and short, but given their field position being only at about the 20-yard line, they are going to punt. Former Packer J.K. Scott punting for the Chargers. And it's a boomer. Keyshawn Nixon fields the punt and drops the punt, but he keeps it away from the defender. He does recover it. Packers going to start over with the ball at about the 25. Scott saying Caleb Williams could equal Ryan Leaf. Could. I mean, but Caleb Williams did some incredible things for USC, even if USC wasn't very good. So Steven's real. Yeah, I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I'm going to get some Wix rookie cards, and I think I like it. That's fantastic, Steve. I'm happy for you. Scott saying college players are never a sure thing. Yes, I agree. Solar Miner saying also it's top guy on Green Bay's board, not a draft guy's board. Yeah, of course. But taking into account how Green Bay feels about Love, I think it's going to take a pretty top echelon quarterback for them to move off of Love. I think that that's quite reasonable to say. Goody picked Love for a reason. He fell in love with Love. So yeah, I see where you're coming from. And yeah, you are correct. But what I'm saying is there are not going to be many quarterbacks atop Green Bay's board. Chris and Love can still be our QB, but I still protest the mustache. Just a light touch up. Chris, getting to the important stuff. Right. So yeah.
Fine, as long as he gets rid of the stash.
So there you go. A rather nondescript game for both teams thus far. The theme of the game is make some offensive progress, then shoot yourself in the foot and punt it away. So, but still 13-10 Chargers. Darius Smith just got a sack for the Browns, so he still exists in case you were wondering. And he did his scoop 'em up celebration, so that's still a thing too. Good old Zadarius Smith. You got to wonder to how the course of the Packers franchise would have changed had Zadarius not suffered that back injury, had the relationship stayed good, had they had the three-headed monster of Preston, Z, and Gary as Gary was coming into his refinement. Got to wonder how that would have changed the course of the franchise. But unfortunately, that relationship more than ran its course, and Z left town. So.
Not quite.
Yeah, not really. It's still nobody knows for sure what happened there, but it was clear that there wasn't a lot of love lost between the two entities. So the Green Bay Packers, 7 consecutive games, scoring 20 points or fewer. Longest streak by the Packers since 1991. That's fantastic. Thank you, Fox, for telling us that. Love under center, 1st and 10. They got the ball on the 30. Love making adjustments at the line. And he takes the snap. And it's play action. And he's looking across the middle. Oh, and he's got somebody. That's Wicks across the middle. Wicks with the play. They're now up to about the Chargers' 43-yard line. Wicks is that dude. He's that guy in the middle. I like that a lot.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, nicely done. And again, Wicks just planted right in the middle of the zone. He just runs a little curl, lets some people run past him, and just waits for the ball. He's incredibly good at that. That is so refreshing to see. Love taking the snap and hands it off to A.J. Dillon, who pushes the pile for him. It's a gain of 4 or 5 for the running back, and 2nd and mid now for the Packers. Yeah, is that how you're doing?
Yeah.
All right, so Love in shotgun for 2nd and 6. Looks like he's got 2. Oh, Watson's in motion, so I take that back. He's got 1 running back with him, 2 receivers off to the left. And Love completes it to Crack. Crack breaks the tackle. He's trudging. That's maybe a touchdown. How are they going to call this? Did he stay in bounds?
Might have gone out. He might have gone out.
And Kraft does the Lambeau leap like it's a touchdown, but I'm not seeing any ruling from anybody. So
everybody's happy for him.
Kraft made the
Love is
catch.
going off. It's a touchdown.
They're calling it a touchdown on the telecast. Kraft made the catch. He broke a tackle. He hopped over a dude. He nimble gymnastics his way down the field, stayed in bounds. That's officially, as of right now, a touchdown for the Packers. We'll see if his shoelace landed on the white or anything like that. But really, really nice play by Tucker Kraft. So there he breaks one tackle. Cleanly stays inside there. Then
this one.
He stiff arms the dude and lunges over him. Oh,
nope. That's gonna be called back.
Oh,
those feet landed on the white.
All right. Somebody send some money to the refs. Let's. I'm not above bribery. Somebody send something.
Aw. Dang, that was great though.
Yeah. And even this, even the stiff arm to keep himself upright, like almost the anti-Musgrave pulling that out. But yeah, it looks pretty clear, like one of those cleats landed on the white there. So we're gonna see. I mean, that was really, really nice play all the way around, but really made by Kraft and staying in bounds. And look at the pure joy of look at the face mask.
Okay.
That man is happy to be doing a Lambeau leap.
Yeah,
love to see it.
He
so
honestly just looks like relieved.
Officially, they took away the touchdown now, as we kind of thought they would. Packers now have the ball on the 12. Love and shotgun takes the snap, throws it over to Dobbs, who makes the catch, but then his kind of loses his footing. He's got to go back for the catch, etc. Winds up.
Not a great
not good.
pass.
Gain of only 1 to Romeo Dobbs.
Very quickly met by defenders.
Yeah.
Just not a great play.
About 30 seconds to go in the third, 2nd and 9 for the Packers. So touchdown off the board. But hey, regardless, Packers still looking to make some offensive progress here. 2nd and 9 officially now, under 20 seconds to go in the third. Doler Hyde, hello to you, Doler Hyde, and a Lambeau leap. Take note, Musgrave. I know it didn't count, but still great to see Kraft get up there. As all the rookies should be doing. You play for Green Bay, act like it. Love takes the snap. He's looking to the end zone. That's Christian Watson. That's a touchdown. There we go. Love just kind of lofting it above all the defenders to find Watson, and that has to feel good for Christian Watson in the end zone. Wicks there to greet him and pull him down. Rasheed Walker there to meet him. Oh, that is a monkey off the back of Christian Watson. Really, really nice. There's no question that that's going to stand. Touchdown, Green Bay. Whew. That was really, really nice.
4 seconds.
I'd really like to see a replay. But Carlson lining up for the extra point, and
it's not good.
Carlson, I believed in you, man.
Off to the right.
I still believe in you, but that's not helping. So 16-13, that's Carlson's second miss today. So earlier in the year when the Packers were playing like garbage, Carlson couldn't miss. And now the Packers are beginning to look like a functional team, and he's beginning to miss stuff. I don't like that.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
So 16-13, Packers in the lead. Yeah, I mean, Watson just streaked open.
Yeah. And
the ball was right where you wanted it in the corner. Nicely done. That was a really, really good play. Mm-hmm. All right, let's catch up on some stuff here, Steve. I want some Tucker Kraft rookie cards. Look them up. They're out there.
Go get them, Steve.
Again, I don't think any in a Packers uniform, but hey,
just barely off to the right.
God, Carlson, come on, man. What is going on with him lately? But he's getting set up for the kickoff. Peter, meanwhile, the Bears are taming the Lions in Detroit. Can you believe it? The Bears are beating Detroit? Seriously? I don't see any other scores or anything. I am curious. That would be fantastic. So, you're not going to find it because we're on the Fox telecast. We're already on the other game. All right, so here's the kickoff.
What?
And, there we go. Brought down to about the 25. Are you looking for Bears?
Yeah, wouldn't it be on a different channel?
No, there's only ever 2 games on. So CBS is the AFC game. That's what I was saying. Like, we have the NFC game up. All right, so let's see, catching up in here. I do want to look up that score, though. Peter, that's quite wonderful news. Chris Hand, the NFC North Live I was on the other night was tense. I'm hoping Bears beat the Lions to see the heated reactions. Oh, man, that would be great. But here's the thing, though. Okay, what?
Is Fields playing it, or is he?
Yeah, no, he'd be playing right now.
Oh, okay.
He started again this week for the Bears, but like the thing is, this has always been my stance with the rivalry.
20-14.
Good. The Bears, I respect. I appreciate the Bears still suck. I appreciate what Bakhtiari wrote on the canvas I showed you earlier. All that stuff, right? I'm all for it. The Bears I respect. There's history. Okay. The Lions, there's history there too. And they're the lovable losers. I don't even mind them being successful. Okay. I don't like them to beat the Packers, but I don't mind them being successful on the whole. They're lovable losers. They deserve some love. The Vikings, however, they're just plastic. Yep. They are a manufactured franchise. It's different for me. Bears, Lions, I can appreciate. Vikings, not so much. And actually, I said that once last year. We lost a subscriber as soon as I said it. So I'm sorry. And if you feel that way, I am very sorry. By the way, I've been feeling for a long time. All right. So Peter's saying Mr. Elementary is back. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, my dear Watson. Watson touchdown. Yes. Still the hat say beautiful. Yes, indeed, it was. Peter. Good statement. Our kicker is approved. Well, maybe he is on kickoffs. Or maybe his toe is aligned a better direction. Maybe, Peter. Maybe. Regardless, Carlson was doing great this year. Something's up right now, though, and I don't like it. And Steve giving us an update now, 23-14 Bears. Ooh. We will take it. Dolerhyde agrees with my take. You can't stand the Vikes.
Yeah, I have family that are mentally ill because they are fans of the Vikings.
You can't say that. So, anyway, yeah, Bears, respect the history. Lions, respect the history. Love the losers. Vikings, plastic fake franchise. But I don't know.
Thanksgivings were rough when we had to play the Vikings on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That was an interesting time.
All right. So we are still, it feels like commercials are long today. I don't know. Not that eventful of a game to talk about, I suppose, but my goodness. 16-13 Packers officially now as we're returning to the telecast. Chris, I thought Claudia was serious. I was about to offer my prayers. She tricked me.
I'm sorry.
David.
I mean, they're not actually. They just don't know how to root for the right sports teams.
That's better. Herbert in shotgun with the handoff. It's play action. He does throw the ball across the middle, though, to a wide open Keenan Allen, who trips. So that's helpful and is eventually tagged down. But that is a big, big play for the Chargers to kick off the fourth quarter. He was wide open. Why does that keep happening? So Ballantyne, on the telecast, it shows... I'm assuming someone was supposed to run with Allen, and it just didn't happen.
Ballantyne didn't follow.
But I think they were in zone, so I think it would have been like Ballantyne didn't need to follow him across the field. Someone should have picked him up. So either way, it'll be interesting to watch more replays of that. 1st and 10 now for the Chargers. Herbert takes a snap and he drops back. He rolls right, evading pressure. Eventually launches it down the field, and he does hit his big tight end, Donald Parham Jr., for another nice game. The Chargers...
This is
the Chargers are showing why they're scary. When they air it out well, they are amongst the best. And Herbert's looking awfully good on this drive. And the Packers aren't bothering to cover anyone, so that helps. But they now have the ball all the way up on the 16-yard line of the Packers. All right. Herbert in shotgun, one running back off to the left. He's got 2 receivers on the right, 2 receivers on the left. Play clock under 5. Herbert takes the snap, and he's looked left first, then he looks right, then he goes back to his left to find...
Wide open.
To find Donald Parham Jr., his tight end again. Nixon was there in coverage, but Parham's just straight up bigger and came down with the ball there. I'm not even going to knock Nixon on that one. Like, Donald's just bigger.
He is a monster of a man.
He's very tall, yeah. And Nixon, I mean, Johnson Jr. was in on the tackle. Nixon was on the tackle. I think Owens came over and helped with the tackle. So, hey. 1st and goal now from the 2. Herbert in shotgun takes a snap. It's play action to Eckler, but he's going left. Tries to get it to Keenan Allen, but Keyshawn Nixon's all over him. That's an incomplete pass. 2nd and goal for the Chargers.
Clean coverage.
Yeah.
That was very good by Nixon. to not get a flag there.
Yeah. The only thing I think he didn't grab him at all. I think the only thing you'd wish to see is maybe turn the head a little bit more, just so that the ref doesn't even stand a chance to throw that flag.
For sure.
But still, beautiful coverage. 2nd and goal now for the Chargers with the ball on the 2. Herbert in shotgun. He takes the snap and he hands it off to Eckler, who immediately slips and loses his footing. And the ball pops out, and it looks like the Packers hopped on it, but we're waiting for referees to say anything.
Or if, I don't even, was it?
Ball! Woo!
He wasn't down before that, was he?
I don't know. We're going to find out. Rashawn Gary, the one emerging from the rubble with the ball. I mean, Eckler got that ball in the handoff and immediately lost his footing. He went down in a heap and then got back up.
Oh, yeah, that's
a pure fumble. Yep.
That was great.
So, he picked the ball up, tried to advance, but they knocked it right out for another fumble. That's Packer football. Nicely done. So, they get a little bit of luck in Eckler losing his footing. And then, you could just tell Eckler was frantic in trying to get back up and probably didn't protect as well as he should have. But Packers made him pay and knocked that out. Rashawn Gary got down there in the scruff, and I'm gonna be frank. Rashawn Gary is a dude that I don't want to meet in a scruff. I don't think that would be fun. It just wouldn't be enjoyable to be in one of those piles with a man like Gary. So he emerges with the ball, and that's going to be Packer football. Nice. They needed that stop. Who? Joel Hyde saying, and they murder wildlife. The stadium. You're talking about Minnesota and their stadium over there. We got to see that stadium when we were in Minneapolis for a few days last year. It's just a big old black glass box. And I know they had to do a bunch of stuff. They had to put coatings over all their windows because they were getting so many dead birds. And
they were killing birds.
Yeah. I want to see Jon and Claudia in Lambeau Field when Musgrave does a Lambeau leap, and she'll tell Musgrave to stay on his feet. Yeah,
I will.
We're in the front row and we catch him, and you see me on one side celebrating and her on the other side going, when are you going to learn to stand up?
Or if he actually stayed on his feet to get there, I'd be like, good job, you finally stood on your feet.
All right, so then we got Peter saying Rashawn. Yes, Solar Miner saying they will draft that Alabama kicker next year. Man, I believe in Anders Carlson, Solar, and I'm going to hold on to that belief. And I do think, too, if Bisaccia is still around, they probably continue to roll with Carlson because, Carlson was picked as a project for Bisaccia, and they've known each other since Carlson or since Anders was 12. I think Bisaccia and Anders have known each other, so. And up to this point, Carlson has kicked very, very well this year. Still amongst the NFC leaders in most kicking categories. So, Chris Hand, whoever fumbled that ball is on the naughty list this year. I've been talking about that list a lot in my house recently with the 3-year-old coming into.
I wish it was more effective.
Good versus Donnie.
He doesn't have enough fear of no gifts.
And then Mick saying, can the Packers offense run off 13 minutes with running back? Run down the clock? And Love in shotgun drops back, throws to the right, but it is deflected, basically deflected away by one of the pass rushers. So that's going to set up 2nd and 10 for Green Bay. Can they run off the clock for 30? I'm not sure any team can run off the clock for 13 minutes with a 3-point lead. But can Dylan get enough? I get what you're saying, though. It's Dylan, can he carry the load by himself for a clock runoff? Probably. It still is less than ideal. But I think that is the direction that they would try for clock runoff purposes. Ooh. Dylan with the carry, he does run up the middle, kind of split between the left tackle.
Keeps going.
And that's a gain of about 6 on the ground to make 3rd down a heck of a lot more manageable. So, yeah, Mick, in short, I think when it comes to actually running down the clock, that's probably going to be Dylan and only Dylan, I would think. I don't think they're going to want to put makeshift running back Jaden Reed back there or Keyshawn Nixon, get cute that way. I think it's when you just need a reliable carry to churn out some yards and not fumble, they're going to hand it to Dylan. Speaking of Dylan, he's out far wide receiver left right now. Loves in shotgun. He takes a snap and he completes it to Romeo Doubs. It's a gain of 6, and that is a Packer first down. Under 12 minutes to go in the game as they try to hold on to this 3-point lead. Yeah, so I mean, there you see it on the replay. If you're looking at the telecast, Dylan was the widest receiver to the left, and he actually ran a true route. Like they had Dylan running a go route. But obviously not the intent of the play to go to Dylan as it goes to Dobbs on the curl for a first down. 4 catches, 29 yards for Dobbs at this point. And J-Love, look at that stat line for J-Love. 25 of 34 for 263 yards and a touchdown. We'll take that every day of the week. Under 3 on the play clock. Love snaps, and it's play action. And he's going. Oh, he had Musgrave. Oh, I think he overthrew it, or Musgrave had a hitch in his giddy up. Regardless, it sails over outside of Musgrave's reach. That would have been a big gain. And he got his fingertips on it as he was reaching. So let's see his play. It's play action. Musgrave does his chip block. And Love recalibrated his feet. He just overthrew it. Straight up an overthrow. Just straight up an overthrow for Love. Damn. All right, 2nd and 10 now for the Packers from the 18-yard line. Thereabouts anyway. Love takes the snap in shotgun, and he's throwing to the right. Oh, and Wicks can't come up with it. Wicks immediately doing that. That's my fault. That's my bad, coach. It was another quick curl to Wicks. He was covered. The defender got kind of inserted himself in there.
Yeah, but
but Wicks has got to make that catch.
Yeah,
the replay shows that was dead on Wicks's hands, and the defender did not deflect it. That's straight up a drop.
3rd and 10. The Green Bay Packers.
3rd and 10 for the Packers now. 11:14 to go in the game. Don't mess up this drive. This is your chance for a dagger. Don't mess this up. Love in shotgun takes the snap. He's got to find somewhere to go, and he doesn't. The pressure gets there, and he's got to throw that into the dirt. So Dan Whelan, the Irishman, going to be on to punt now for the Packers. 11:10 to go in the game. Oh, but we got a flag on the play, and that's going to be on Green Bay since the offense is walking off. Yeah, okay. All right, fine.
Whatever.
Better than taking a sack. I mean, it's the same thing as taking a sack yard-wise, I guess, but whatever. And the pressure just completely overwhelmed the line. I mean, yeah. And the thing was, too, against the Chargers front, even without Joey Bosa, that's a good pass rushing front. And, I mean, you see as the camera zoomed out there, no one was open. That was just a broken play by the Packers. They just got swarmed and buckled. So, disappointing. That was a chance for a dagger with 11:10 to go in the game, and instead we're punting it away.
After that beautiful turnover from our defense.
So, Whelan on to punt. Yep, they catch a break, and then they hand the ball right back to the Chargers. Dang. So, Whelan with the punt, and that is a heck of a punt, going from his own end zone all the way to the Chargers 30. And then Zane Anderson makes a special teams tackle. That's what he's there for. He gets down there. Zane Anderson. It's like his one job.
Out his legs.
Yeah. Wow. Beautiful open field tackle. So the Chargers going to take over with the ball in the 35. What a punt for Whelan. My goodness. So, all right. So as we are waiting for the game to get back, Steve. Hey, Steve. Do you think there will be major changes in the coaching and management at the end of this year? Front office, no. I feel very certain that Gutekunst and LaFleur were granted this year. Maybe Good isn't that happy with LaFleur, although progress is happening now, so it's probably fine. But handoff there to Joshua Kelly for the Chargers gains maybe 2. But I feel very confident that coming into this year, it was the notion of we want progress this year. That's it. This is a young team. We want to see progress. For all intents and purposes, they're safe this year. And now Campbell's hurt. So medical staff is looking at Campbell, and we've got another game stop. So ultimately, I feel very confident. Let's not say giving them a pass, but as long as progress is shown this year, they're good. Okay. As for the coordinators, that I do not feel the same. I think LaFleur is safe. However, I would not be shocked at all to see a mutual parting of the ways with Joe Barry this offseason. Could be the exact same situation that they did with Pettin years ago, where his contract was up and we're not going to fire you, but we're not going to work together anymore. I wouldn't be shocked at all to see some kind of shakeup on the offensive side of the ball. Because I'm not sure right now where they have coaches is where they are best suited or matching their strengths. So, in short, Goody, safe. LaFleur, safe. Bisaccia, probably safe. Even though special teams has been a disappointment, but he's probably still safe. Coordinators and position coaches, that I each one is a different varying degree of warm, but some of them I think might be quite warm currently. So 2nd and 8 for the Chargers. Herbert in shotgun, and he takes the snap. Fakes that to Eckler, but there's pressure. There's pressure, but they don't get the sack. Still, though, Herbert's got to throw it into the dirt. That's an incomplete pass. They were that close to bringing down Herbert, but he broke the sack. Well, let's see who was it that got the pressure, because it's play action to Eckler. And then first coming in is a real big body. And then Preston Smith continued the pressure, actually got the hit. Oh, that's Kenny. Kenny with the pressure. Preston knocked down Herbert, but still incomplete pass. Now on 3rd down, Herbert takes a snap, completes it again. Completes it again to Donald Parham Jr. Donald, if you could go back to dropping things, that would be real cool, because he makes the catch despite being covered. That's a first down for the Chargers. They got up there quick. They fired the ball. That's a first down. And wouldn't you know it, it was against a zone. So wouldn't you know it? Maybe try covering the middle when we go in zone. That would be helpful. I'm no defensive coordinator, but it might help. 1st and 10 for the Chargers. And he takes the snap, throws to the right. Keenan Allen, what is the what? Keenan Allen makes the catch and then begins to charge up the field, but the defender had a piece of him. He had a piece of his jersey or his towel or whatever. Let's see, that's Isaiah McDuffie. And
he tried to wrap him up.
Yeah, but he did. Instead, he just gets a piece of his jersey, but then Allen runs away. The jersey stays in McDuffie's hand. He winds up ripping the jersey, and Allen just kept running. So first down for the Chargers. 7 catches, 85 yards on the day for Keenan Allen now. And Chargers again threatening this 3-point Packer lead. They're in Packer territory now. Whoa! Herbert's going. Oh, okay.
Is that going to be on?
That's going to be on Nixon.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
It kind of looked like the offense was holding his hand.
No, they're going to say that he held his momentum away from trying to get to the ball. So Herbert with kind of an errant throw, Nixon in coverage. Nixon nearly one-handed picked it, but I have a feeling this penalty is going to be called on the defense. Oh, no, they went offense. Oh, on tight end Stone Smart. Congratulations, honey. Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Dang.
Yep.
No, I stand corrected. I thought that they would call that on impeding his progress, but on.
No, because you see,
because that jump
reaching,
he
holds on.
And then he kind of leaps with Nixon. Yeah, sure enough. Right on. Good job. 1st and 20 now for the Chargers. 1st and 20 from the Packers 48. Herbert takes the snap in shotgun, and he's looking to the left, and he throws to the left, complete to Keenan Allen.
We'll let them make up most of the yards that they lost on that penalty.
We didn't have to. Gain of about 17 for the Chargers. So that's going to set up 2nd and pretty short. It is. Yeah. It's very discouraging when you get a penalty to set them back to 1st and 20, and then you give up almost all of it.
Yeah, 17 yards. 17 yards.
Well, we got 2 conflicting things on the telecast. One thing says 2nd and 5, one says 2nd and 3, but per where the ball is, it's 2nd and 3. Yeah, they're fixing the telecast now. So 2nd and 3 for the Chargers. Herbert in shotgun. They are up to about field goal range now. Good pressure coming in from TJ Slayton. Preston now chasing after Herbert, who rolls out and he scrambles. For first down. That's been a theme today. Herbert has been able to evade pressure well, and he's always turned it into positive yards on the scramble. It's been
Yeah, I mean, we've
very
had
disappointing.
in that play. There was how many Packer bodies on the ground by Herbert?
Yeah.
I would yell at Musgrave to stand your feet. Defense. You aren't helping if you're laying on the ground.
Well, that is factually accurate. Yes. 7:55 to go in the game for the Chargers. And let's see. Herbert in shotgun. 1st and 10 for the Chargers, I should say. Herbert in shotgun.
Oh,
and he's
game. That should be.
Oh, Herbert is PO'd at his center. He was doing the foot stomp. He was yelling, but yet the snap never came until it was too late. Delay of game on the Chargers. Back them up 5 yards. Time to make it 1st and 15 for the Chargers. Oh, there's the angry foot stomp and then the ball spike saying, "Do your job." With many more colorful words, I'm sure. 7:40 to go in the game. 1st 15 for the Chargers.
Like to see that mic'd up moment.
Solar Miner can answer this one super quick. Is Leonard coaching anywhere? If you're talking about Jim Leonard, he is currently like a senior advisor thing for the University of Illinois. Other than that, no. He's just kind of like a consultant for Illinois defensively right now. But nope. So Herbert takes the snap, hands it right off to Eckler. Eckler pushes forward out of shotgun for about 6. Makes it 2nd and still fairly long for the Chargers. And time is continuing to tick on down. 7:25 to go in this game. Packers trying to hang on to their 3-point lead. Steve is real. Yeah, updating us. 26-14 now, Bears.
Wow.
That's lovely. I like that. It may very well also really piss off the Lions heading into a short week when they play the Packers. So that's not great.
Yippee.
But 2nd and 10 now for the Chargers.
Lions are already scrappy. Then you make them mad too.
Herbert in shotgun. He takes a snap. He looks left. He looks right. And he winds up having to scramble forward. Come on. Stop letting him get
now
that.
Just push him over to the 1st down. So now 1st down.
So that's an 11-yard scramble for Herbert. Gives them a 1st down, or maybe a 10-yard scramble regardless. 1st down for the Chargers. And it's another matter of the pressure came in. It left an opening in the middle. There was no one in the middle for the Packers. So Herbert's able to run forward and get a 1st down.
He runs into his own man, to which nobody's there to finish it off. And then when they do, they push him over to the 1st down.
I've just grown very weary of with the zone that the Packers employ. We've seen it week after week that short middle is always open. And it's infuriating. Right, Eckler getting the handoff on 1st and 10.
Ooh, nice finish.
Yeah, gaining about 1 off to the left. Should have set up 2nd and 9. And they've done a great job containing Eckler for the most part today. Yes, he had that 140-yard run, but for the most part, Eckler's really been held in check. And that is good to see. 2nd down now for the Chargers. 5:40-ish to go in the game. 15 left to go on the play clock. Herbert in shotgun, empty set. 3 receivers off to the right, 2 off to the left. And Packers with 1 safety high. And Herbert takes a snap.
Ooh,
okay. I mean, all right. Throws it into the end zone for number 84 of the Chargers. That's Stone Smart again. It would have been a contested catch, but it's not a catch at all. Incomplete. And then Anthony Johnson Jr. with authority finishes it off by knocking Smart to the ground. Yeah, Anthony Johnson Jr. completely left his feet and his shoulder went straight into Smart. He was determined to end that play with authority. 3rd and 9 now for the Chargers. Herbert takes the snap in shotgun. This is the play that's going to matter a whole lot.
And it's catch.
And it's a catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Keenan Allen.
Double covered. And
touchdown Chargers. They have the lead. 5:24 to go. Let's just see it on a replay, shall we? So Herbert takes the snap. Allen's in motion, running over to the left where he inevitably caught it. Herbert takes the snap and then
curls in.
Yeah. Owens was beginning to follow the guy on the right. Allen ran up to his backside. Owens didn't get back quick enough. Pretty easy touchdown. And that's an extra point. So it's going to take a touchdown from J. Love and company. 20-16 now. Chargers in the lead. Frustrating. Very, very frustrating. All right. Let's see. Stephen Smith saying that short middle being open. If only our guys could throw their hands or arms up once in a while. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. But with when Herbert runs up the middle, it's no one's there because the pass rush for the Packers, like you've got your edge obviously coming in from the outside, but then even their defensive tackles, their interior D linemen, wind up pushing like outside, right? And what it does for the line is it gives Herbert this just lane straight up the middle. And Herbert's been taking it all day. Herbert's scrambling has been incredibly impressive, but I remember it was a few weeks ago, I was complaining. I can't recall what game that was off the top of my head, but every single time the opposing team would drop back, they would do these halfback cuts across the middle, these halfback crossers, and it was wide open every time because the Packers weren't covering the short middle. And now we're seeing it again, where the Chargers have found a spot to pick up free yards. And then you got Owens in coverage with Keenan Allen, and it goes bad. Predictably, but nonetheless. Stephen Smith saying Allen's PFF is going to be huge this week. Yeah, it should. Those drops will hurt, though, right? But yeah, Keenan Allen's been on a tear this year. What, over 800 yards receiving on the year already? This is Keenan Allen's not aging the way everyone expected him to age. Let's say that he is still going great. Steve's real. Yeah, I'm getting Anthony Johnson Jr. rookie cards. I love rookie cards. I'm picking up on that. Mick Knight saying no interception for the rest of this game. Let's see what happens. This is another test for Love, right? If he can do this drive without throwing a 50-50 ball that winds up to the other team, or trying to do too much throw, or whatever you have. Let's see a drive that's in control to try a comeback for once. And then Steve is real. Yeah, 26-21 Bears. All right, so the Bears holding on to that lead against the Lions, up 26-21. Let me see. I do want to pull up just kind of a whole. I want to see the NFL scoreboard right now. See what's going on everywhere else. Yeah, we got the Dolphins only beating the Raiders by 7. Jaguars obliterating the Titans by 20. Texans up over the Cardinals, although not as much as you thought they might. And then the Cowboys they are rolling against the Panthers, up 33-10. Then you got Steelers Browns. You had a nice little 10-10 matchup. So here we go. 2016 Chargers in the lead, 5:24 to go. Pioneer 99, hello to you. Just got off work. What's the story?
Oh boy.
Okay.
Everybody's
hurt. Yeah. All right. Aaron Jones is out. Emmanuel Wilson is out. Haven't seen. Yeah, but I don't know if he's questionable officially or whatever.
I think
but
it might be questionable.
Jones and Wilson both got carted off. We can say that. Joey Bosa got carted off for the Chargers. It's been a game of injuries. The other thing that's been happening a lot, Love in shotgun now. They got the ball on the 25. He takes the snap and winds up being an end around to Christian Watson, who tries to find room, but there's just too many Chargers there. Only a gain of 1 on the end around. He broke 1 tackle. He gained something, but too many Chargers on that side. Ultimately, though, the main story of the game here is each offense has advanced the ball down the field, but then repeatedly we've seen both teams make self-inflicted mistakes. You know, the Packers had one drive where they moved the ball down the field really well, and then they had a false start penalty. Then it was a bad snap, and then it was a missed field goal. Chargers have been afflicted with drops, especially in the first half. So both teams. Oh, Love. Okay, all right. So Love was going to launch the ball deep there, but the pressure got home, knocked the ball out of Love's hands. That was a fumble. Zach Tom hops on it, though. So 3rd down now for the Packers. 3rd and long now. So Love takes the snap. And then, just the pressure was there. Sebastian Joseph Day and Khalil Mack again. Yep. Mack's the one who knocked the ball away. Rasheed Walker giving up another pressure to Mack. Yeah, and at times the pressure has been less than ideal for the Packers. Khalil Mack especially is doing some work. Overall, it hasn't been a disaster, but Cleo Mac's doing good. Woo!
Oh, dear.
All right, so Love just rifled that, but beyond that, now we got a flag. That looks like it's going to go for the Packers.
Pass interference.
Before that, though, I want to see this replay because someone just blocked a Charger into infinity, and I want to see what just happened. But looks like this is going to be a penalty on the Chargers. Brandon Staley, head coach of the Chargers, doesn't look thrilled. So anyway, yeah, Pioneer, that's the main gist. Asante Samuel Jr. with the pass interference. That's a first down for the Packers. That bails them out in a huge way. So I want to see it. Look in the bottom portion of the screen. That's Malik Heath. Malik Heath from the side just leveled a man. Love agrees with the penalty call. I know you're shocked. All right, so now Packers have the ball on the 39. Musgrave in motion. Love takes the snap in shotgun. He's looking around. Love launching it deep to Watson,
Who's not close.
who was fighting with the corner on the boundary, and the throw was more inside. So was Watson where he was supposed to be? Was Love's throw too far inside? But one of those things was true for sure. All right, so anyway, yeah, Pioneer, that's the gist. Self-inflicted wounds for both teams. But overall, this is, let's call it another game of progress for the Packers. Still lots of good things happening here, especially from the passing attack. Let's call this a progress game, kind of no matter how it goes. Love in shotgun. Under 5 on the play clock. He takes the snap. He's looking and he throws it right. Wicks makes the catch and then breaks the tackle. Wicks all the way up to the Charger 25. I mean, that was a simple, little comeback curl, but Wicks absorbed the contact from the defender and didn't go down.
Nope.
He stayed on his feet and he kept moving. 2 Chargers even ran into each other, which helped a whole heck of a lot. Wicks then avoiding little ankle tackles, getting all the way up to the 25. That was beautiful for Dontavian Wicks. What a play for the rookie. I mean, he's looking like a steal. All right, under 5 on the play clock, just over 3 to go in the game. Love in shotgun, takes a snap, hands it off to A.J. Dillon, who tries to find some room, spins his way forward, gain of only 2, maybe 3 on the ground, get us into second down. Packers slowing things down a little bit with that play. Pioneer saying that was some great effort.
Oh,
yeah,
we are
it was.
not doing huddle.
We're going no huddle. All right, this is it. This is not a drill. We're going no huddle. Love in shotgun, takes the snap, and he's going deep to down. That's a touchdown! Yes! Woo!
End zone, baby.
It was in the no huddle. I'm so proud of the baby Packers. Oh, that was so nice. And Love with a beautiful throw to Dobbs. Dillon again ending up as a wide receiver. I don't know why they love doing that. But then Dobbs, getting the defenders to crisscross themselves. And nice.
Baby.
Nice.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
And the extra point. That's good.
It's
Packers.
good.
Okay. All right.
Extra point.
Okay, defense. All right. It's
Don't pull out, gosh dang thing.
23-20. Oh man. 23-20, 2.5 minutes to go in the game. Let's update this banner here. That's for darn sure.
Ooh, baby.
All right, so let's see. Let's just catch up on a couple of these. Woohoo, Dobbs. Yes, absolutely. Scott also saying love looking clutch. Yeah,
that was a very, very good positioning on that pass.
For how that drive started out, it ended just fine.
Yeah.
Pioneer saying on the radio coming home, they said the Chargers play defense like Barry. Yeah, Staley and Barry are very much from the same school of defensive coverage. It's a lot of keep it in front of you zone. For the Chargers, they have the worst pass defense in the NFL. And now on a yards per game basis, they are 30 yards per game worse than the team in 31st. So yeah, that is accurate. But even schematically, philosophically speaking, Barry and Staley are from the same school of thought of deep zones, keep it in front of you. So let's see. Here's the kick from Carlson, and it goes Bounces once in the end zone. That's out of the back of the end zone. Chargers going to take over with the ball in the 25, 2:33 to go. Steve is real, yeah, saying we don't need a veteran wide receiver. It's looking more like it. It's looking more like it. Now, this is against the Chargers, who are really, really bad pass defense, but we're not going to undersell the progress of the offense for the Packers. And progress is the name of the game this year. It's true. Pioneer saying, can the defense hold a lead finally without the benefit of a missed field goal like the Saints? It would be nice. It would be nice. 2:33 to go. Chargers with the ball in the 25. Herbert in shotgun takes the snap, and he's looking to the left. Stays going to the left. That's an incomplete pass. Ballantyne all over Quentin Johnston.
But nice and clean.
Johnston, that's another incompletion when targeting Johnston. There's been a lot of those today. So Chargers now with second down. Scott saying Wicks, Dobbs, Reed, nice. Yeah, that's a truth. Love for way over 300 yards. Oh, I bet he is now officially.
He is broken. The drought is over.
Thank the Lord. All right, Herbert in shotgun takes the snap, and he's looking. Oh my goodness.
What happened?
Austin Eckler, you gotta go get some new cleats, man.
Are you in Musgrave?
I'm not. Here's the thing, though. I'm not upset because.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But that is several times now that Eckler has completely and utterly slipped on his own.
Perfect, Lambo.
Nah, it just means that his spikes aren't. He's got to wear longer spikes or something because he can't get his footing at all. But hey, we will take it. It's still a stop. 3rd and 10 now for the Chargers. Herbert in shotgun. He takes the snap and he's looking.
Beyond your man.
Yeah, come on, finish him. Finish. Let's go. Yes, there it is. Rashawn Gary. Woo! That should take us to the 2-minute warning. Oh, that's so Wisconsin right there. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. But Rashawn Gary with a huge 3rd down sack to make it 4th and 20 now for the Chargers. Oh, yes. That was beautiful. And we're going to the 2-minute warning, right? What are we doing, telecast? Okay, there we go. So let's I want to address a couple of these. Diller Hyde saying love for way over 300 yards. Thank the Lord. That's their first time since what? Like I don't remember the stat off the top of my head. It's like week 10 of 2021 is the last time the Packers had someone throw for over 300. I'm just glad that streak is over. I'm so happy for love on that. That's awesome. Mick saying no interception. That is a true. That looked like a real drive. Joe saying, is that a touchdown apiece for the 3 to wide receivers? Well, let's see. Dobbs, Watson, and Reed. Yeah. Each of the 3 starting wide receivers have a touchdown. Let's get one for Wicks, just for good measure. Let's get it. All right, Rob, time for defense to win one. And Rashawn Gary showed up. So now the Packers are really just going to have to hang on to this thing through the 2-minute drill. Steve is real, saying love's first 300-yard game. God bless you, J Love. Joe also saying, just realized over 20 points. Yes, that is the first time. What would the telecast say earlier? Like first time in 7 games that the Packers are over 20 points offensively. Time for some tendency breakers. The Pioneers saying we'll take a fall. We aren't proud. A stop is a stop.
Right?
If they do it to themselves, whatever.
Right?
A stop is a stop. Chris Ann saying Gary attack. Yes, Rashawn Gary. And then Pioneer saying Smith, Gary, and Clark met at the quarterback. Yes, they did. And Pioneer saying running game would be nice now. Now, Pioneer, I know you joined the game late. I'm just going to update you. Jones left the game on a cart. Emmanuel Wilson left the game on a cart. A.J. Dillon is the lone remaining running back for the Green Bay Packers.
And then there was one.
So, and A.J. Dillon, especially more so in college, was the type of back that you hand it to him 15 plays in a row. Like he can be a workhorse. Green Bay's just never really asked him to do it.
In the beginning of this season, when he wasn't his typical self, he did benefit from a long string of...
I know what you're trying to say. Like Dillon, even when Dillon wasn't looking great earlier this year, when he did look good, is when he got 8 carries in a row and was churning his legs. When he looked really, really bad is when they would do pass, halfback draw. And I'm not excusing Dillon. He looked bad.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But it certainly, he can handle a 2-minute rundown on his own. So that's something. All right, so here we go. Kick now goes to about the 40 where Keyshawn Nixon fields it.
That's good.
Don't
Good
you
job.
dare fumble that ball, Nixon. All right, so Nixon takes the hit. He does a whole lot of dancing to gain 1 yard. So the Packers are going to take over with the ball on the 41, minute 47 to go in the game. So let's see here. Time to catch up on these. Joe, I read an article before the game that the coach is focusing on the field and told all players to wear the big spikes. Yeah, especially because things are getting a little bit colder. Maybe the field is a little bit more moist, a little bit more slippery. It's just that time of year in Wisconsin. Big spikes make all the sense in the world. And
your home turf. You can't be slipping around on your own ground.
That's true. That's absolutely true. Now, in the case of like Eckler, was it Staley that told them to wear long spikes and they just didn't listen, like the Vikings last year? Who knows? Regardless. All right, here we go. First down now for the Packers. Gonna be running the ball. That's for darn sure. AJ Dillon gets the carry, tries to push it way forward. Yeah, that's a gain of about 4. Yeah, very hard 4, but 4 nonetheless. Oh, yeah. Look at that stat line for Jordan Love. 27 of 40, 322 yards and 2 touchdowns. Atta boy. First time out for the Chargers taken, minute 41 now to go in the game. Pioneer, they need to see what Reed or Nixon can do from the backfield. I like the idea. However, I don't like it right now. In a 2-minute run down the clock situation, I want someone who, like Reed, I guess I'd be okay with. I'm scared with Nixon because Nixon has shown a tendency to not be all that secure with the ball. And right now, the first thing that matters most is run down the clock and be secure. So Reed, I wouldn't mind as much, but Reed may not know the plays from the running back perspective as an emergency guy. So, all right, here we go. Stephen Smith, go Pack Go, learn and grow. Keep your heads and finish this out. Mm-hmm. Amen, Stephen, in every way.
Take your time.
Steve, I do see this comment. Let's see. Love now. Packers have their big package out, and they hand the ball to Dillon. Dillon finds nowhere to go. He winds up having to break a tackle in the backfield, winds up going to the right by about the tackle, and he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 6. Chargers taking a timeout. That's their second timeout. They got 1 left. Packers need to do something here. Chargers have too much time left and 1 timeout. I don't know about just running this for no game and then punting it. I wouldn't be shocked if this is an actual play. And yes, we will be talking about draft prospects for sure. It's just I don't dive into that much until this season comes to a close. But like last year, I did a lot of draft series, and we will certainly be doing that again soon once the season's done. So kind of soon. 23-20, Packers in the lead, 1 minute 38 to go. Come on. 3rd and 6, Love in shotgun. 3 receivers off to the left. I believe he's got a tight end on the right along with a running back. Under 5 on the play clock. And it's 3rd and 6, and it's a handoff. It's a handoff to Dillon that gains 1. Everyone in the world saw that coming. Well, I mean, they make the Chargers use their last timeout. So minute 34 to go. I don't love that play call.
No.
But, I mean, you at least made the Chargers burn a timeout. And Lions have taken the lead over the Bears. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Pioneer Love had to shake his head a few times to get the tight end to go in motion. The baby Packers, right? Pioneer, they have to pass to try to get it first. That's what I was thinking. Like, they at least made the Chargers use their last timeout now. Okay, cool. Like, the TF doesn't MLF know we are 3 and 6 and not going nowhere, right? I don't know. Especially because the pass game's been working today. So call a pass and try to get this first and end this game. Instead, now we're going to punt it away, and the Chargers at least have a chance to stay in it, which don't love that.
I mean, we're only a field goal away.
Yeah, I mean, the Chargers, come on. And that bounces into the end zone. So, I mean, Chargers have a chance now. They've got no timeouts, but they've got a minute and a half with a very explosive offense, and all they need is a field goal. So less than ideal. Steven. And yeah, for the record, I do not like that play call to Dillon, especially like if you're going to call a run, call a run. Mm-hmm. Don't do a halfback draw with AJ freaking Dillon. It feels like those only ever go for 1 yard when Dylan runs them. So I don't like that call. All right, here we go. Chargers with the ball on the 20. Herbert in shotgun. He takes the snap and he's rolling back. He looks to the right. He's rolling right and finds Eckler. He gets out of bounds. Minute 20. The clock stops. Gains about 5 for the Chargers. Stephen Smith saying draft class put a little together, but mostly wait for after bowl games to look at seriously. Oh, sure. For like the upcoming draft class, I should say. Yeah, that makes sense. Peter, conservative play call, typical of MLF. Yeah, I don't like it. Chris Hand saying, watch the dang QB, keep him in the pocket. They've been brutalized by Herbert with that today. But the snap is on the ground. Ooh, Eckler pounces on it. It was a bad snap. So the Chargers are wasting time and a down now. So they get up to the line, no huddle, minute 5 to go in the game. 3rd and 8 officially for the Chargers. Keep in mind, they have no timeouts. Time is ticking away.
Oh, it's an incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
There's a flag.
Incomplete pass to Keenan Allen, and there is a flag.
Pass interference.
Keyshawn Nixon was the one in coverage. 58 seconds to go. The clock is stopped. If it is indeed pass interference, let's see. Let's just see.
Called it.
Pass interference on defense. That's on Nixon.
Next week, I'm going to wear stripes.
Well, you know who to root for. Oh, they called it on Anthony Johnson Jr.
Wait, what?
Per the telecast. No, that's got to be on Nixon. That's just got to be an error on the telecast. Okay. So Nixon with the pass interference. That gives the Chargers a first down now up at the 25-yard line. 58 seconds to go. Herbert in shotgun takes the snap. He drops back. He's looking left, but then he rolls out right. And incomplete. He nearly scrambled again, but the Packers kind of boxed him in and he threw it. And that's incomplete down the right side. We don't have to make it this intense every week at the end. We don't have to. For those of you who are older, if you recall, this was even before my time, but the calls of the cardiac pack in the late 80s, I think that was. I've seen the stickers and patches and stuff, but kind of feels like we're back to being the cardiac pack. Every single game coming down close somehow. 2nd and 10 now for the Chargers. 51 seconds to go. Herbert takes the snap in shotgun, and he winds up throwing left, complete to Keenan Allen. Nice tackle by Nixon.
Beautiful.
Oh, okay. Keenan Allen and Keyshawn Nixon do not like each other.
Nope.
But a completion of 4, but the clock is rolling. 2nd and 6, 32 seconds to go on the clock now. Herbert in shotgun, and he takes the snap. He's dropping back. Pressure coming in from both sides. Herbert going deep to the rookie. Who drops it? Quentin Johnston, the first-round wide receiver, had it. That would have put the Chargers awfully close to field goal range, but he drops the ball. Oh, my goodness. That was field goal range for sure.
Yes, it was.
Valentine was 3 steps behind him. That would have been an easy catch.
Ball, but he
wow.
Ooh. Oh my God.
Oh my. Well, let that be the lesson, folks. First round wide receivers are not the end all be all to not screw up. Quentin Johnston, first round pick of the Chargers, has multiple drops today. Oh my word. 4th and 6 for the Chargers. Packers take a timeout to make sure they know what they're doing defensively. But 4th and 6 now. 23 seconds to go. Keep in mind, Chargers do just have to get into field goal range. They're only down 3. So just bear that in mind. I don't have this many hairs to lose, Green Bay. If you could just stop. All right. Chris, I know I'm running out of cookie dough. It's not good. It ain't good for the waistline, for the hair, for anything.
Loves telling people.
All right, 4th and 6. Come on. End this thing. 4th and 6. Herbert and shotgun. Oh, but we got bodies moving all over. There is a flag. Who's it on? It's going to be on the Packers.
Why?
Because Gary was offsides. I think that's what they're calling right now. Gary was a little too amped up. And so 4th and 6 quickly becomes 4th and 1. Discipline, y'all.
Oh,
Yeah. And I think Gary knew it as soon as he did it.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
4th and 1, 23 seconds to go. Herbert's still in shotgun. 4th and 6, 4th and 1 doesn't change that much for the Chargers with only 23 seconds left. So Herbert drops back. He's thrown across the middle and it's batted away. That is your ball game. The Green Bay Packers with 19 seconds to go. No timeouts remaining for the Chargers. This is going to be a Jordan Love kneel down, and the Packers are moving to 4 and 6 with an upset victory over the Los Angeles Chargers in Lambeau Field. What a day. What a game for the Green Bay Packers. Was it perfect? No, but it was progress, and it is a win. The baby Packers are learning how to win, even if some luck is involved, right? Gary Freeze, if you're still out there, sometimes better lucky than good. Can't argue that. Oh man, this feels good. So let's see. Just want to catch up on a couple here. Ugly offside for Rashawn. Yes, it was. Cardiac pack with Magic Man. Yes, indeed, Stephen. Will take running back slipping and wide receivers dropping.
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
Absolutely. 0 interceptions, points out Chris Hand. And allez la Packers, la vie. Or, let's see. I studied a little bit of French in college. La vieux et belle. Yeah? Is that right, Peter? Yeah? All right. So now time to go buy some Funyuns. You got it. You got it, Steve. Scott saying, thank you, Jon and Claudia, for the fun. Awesome game. Yes, it was. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Hey, just to finish it up, I'm going to remind you super quick. Tomorrow, do a reaction to this game. Tuesday, going to do the game preview for Lions versus Packers. And then Wednesday, if we have time while we're getting ready for Thanksgiving, I'll hop on and do a live. Of course, I'll tell you all in advance, but then no watch party on Thursday because it's Thanksgiving. It's family. I'm going to be with family watching the Packers. So thank you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. What a win for the baby Packers. Sometimes you just got to keep the faith, and they did. So let's head into this Thursday game against Detroit. That should be fun. For now, let's enjoy this one. Soak in the happiness. Go hug a loved one. Thanks everybody for being here, and as always, go Pack, go.